Oh boy, baby. All right. We are live. Welcome to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. Today we are talking about the brand new Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends ZA, I think is how you say it, that was announced for Pokemon Day in the recent Pokemon Presents. I'm thrilled right now. I'm here. My name is DustyGogoat. I'm with the LumiosePost.
Hello.
And SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
Today feels like a holiday. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, Kalos, ZA, Mega Armaldo. Thank you for becoming a YouTube channel supporter. I see everyone in the chat right now. SEH, Art Gold, Curl Blitz, Jark's here. So many great people.
The squad is here.
Guys, we haven't even talked, dude. We got a brand new game. It's the curveball that we needed.
Lumi shook.
Yeah, how you guys feeling? Lumi's in shock right now. He's like,
I'm literally, dude, I think you know how they say, like, there's 5 stages of grief?
Yes.
I think I did the opposite of that today. I think I went through the 5 stages, but not of grief, but of bliss, you know? Like there was, like, there was an acceptance period. It's like, surely that didn't just happen.
Yeah.
There was, like, a bargaining, like, well, it's happening only because they're doing this, right? Like, it was a backwards version of the stages of... I'm still going through it. I'm not in acceptance yet.
This is, I think, what I wanted, right? I wanted a game. I wanted some sort of announcement that was confusing because it's not what we expected. And I have not been this excited in a little while, right? I mean, we had a whole year of hype of DLC, which is fun, but it's not the same thing as a new game. And also, I was kind of sick of it was just like, it's like easy tier speculation. Are we going to get Unova? Are we going to get Johto? We're going to Kalos, dude. We're going to Kalos.
What happened?
What happened, dude?
Bro, I was just like, I watched a little bit of your stream, Dusty, and I was like literally right there with you in shock. I was in shock.
I couldn't even think.
I was just like...
I ended the stream. I said,
like,
I can't make content right now.
I'm
still in shock. I'm still in shock. Well, okay, well, we have a show to do, so we have to say something.
It's like a freaking rabbit, just like jumping around. I can't shake the like hype off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I just asked my family. I was like, "Hey, have you ever felt like so excited about something? Like, what is the moment in your life where you were so excited about something that it just like kind of overtakes you? You know? I feel like as Pokemon fans, we get that more often than other people.
I know probably their answers were like, "Oh, when my first child was born," but our answer is when Pokemon Legends ZA was announced.
Literally, when my first child was born, I was like, "Oh, that makes sense. That's kind of the same."
This is the same thing. This is the same thing.
So, what is like your initial? I'm gonna pull up the trailer right here. But what was your initial?
Let's do like a play-by-play. I'll tell you right now. Last night when I heard that it was only 13-ish minutes, I was hype. I was really hype because I was like, we're getting a game. I knew for sure we're getting a game, and I'm like, we're getting a game. And then I saw the 13 minutes, and I was like, oh, maybe they won't announce something. Maybe it's gonna be like just like the box cover, and that's it.
Yeah,
and it sucks. I went through the stages of grief then.
Well,
I was like,
they didn't even show us the box cover.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. I made a couple box covers.
They gave us enough, though. They gave us enough.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't even think the length of the presents had anything to do with the announcement or the content of the announcement. I think that was in a response to a ton of people showing up. Like if your presents is 30 minutes long, you would think there's like a lot of really juicy things in there. But if the presents is 10 minutes long and you have the same amount of info, then it's like it feels way more substantial.
I don't think that that's the thing, though. I do think that there is it does affect it a little bit. Like if we were getting a 30-minute presents, it's not that I think they would do like longer mobile game stuff and then give us the same amount of info, or it could be that they give us like, you know, like where the guy comes on and he starts explaining what's happening in this game. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
they give us a trailer,
but that didn't happen. We just got a trailer.
No, they didn't. Normally on Pokemon Day they don't do that because it's
normally or at least just the trailer.
Yeah, so
for like a new game they don't do that.
Usually the August trailer is where like they roll a trailer and then after it they have someone talking and explaining like kind of, you know, in Pokemon Legends ZA you're going to be able to go here, you know.
Yeah.
But
But as soon as how cool is the music?
The music was. It's funny when I go back and watch it. like the music is kind of obvious from the beginning.
It is,
it's
dude.
Like
what is
frets,
it? Like
you know,
like a xylophone or
is it accordion? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I have overall
right
mixed feelings on it being Kalos, though. I have very mixed feelings.
Because you're a bad person.
I really do. No. There's gonna be a little bit of negativity from me.
Hold on, Soul. Before you say any of that, I want to tell people why it makes sense. Kalos makes sense because this is what we had been expecting since the launch of Scarlet and Violet, right? Do you remember that image, right? It's Paldea, and then you have in the game map, there's a little thing that everyone says, oh, that's Southern Kalos, right? The meme became, that's going to be Kalos. We're going back to Kalos. Then we didn't go back to Kalos in DLC. The dream died, but I spent all day looking back at old videos that we have all made, right? Talking about the connections between Paldea and Kalos. This being the next game, which actually I don't even think it might. There's a whole nother conversation of what the 2024 game could be, which is maybe nothing, but it could be something. We'll talk about that later. Yep. I think it makes sense to go back to Kalos. Makes sense. This has always made sense, and it makes more sense than anything else. So why do you not like Kalos, Soul?
I don't like Kalos. That's why. That's why. But no. I think actually that we as fans have been saying like we're going back to Kalos since Galar. Yeah. And I think that that's where this comes from, to be honest. I think that after so long of them hearing like, oh, we're going back to Kalos, they were probably like, let's go back to Kalos, and that's what they want.
Sure.
Well, and that's the thing. It's always been talked about, right? Like I remember in Sun and Moon when like the trailer for Sun and Moon, when it showed the map of Sun and Moon, there are these stairs on the second island, which is Kala Island. There are these stairs at a harbor, and there were all these theories about, oh, those stairs lead to an underwater train station that's going to take you to Coralway Town and Kalos. Like people have been, because we never got our Pokemon Z, we never got our Pokemon X2, Y2, nothing like that. So because of that, people have always been like trying to connect. Oh, we're in the Galar region. That's just channel away from Kalos. Maybe we'll go back to Kalos. Alola, they were saying we're gonna go back to Kalos in Hawaii. Why would we go back to France and Hawaii?
But dude,
people have always been saying it. So it's so funny that like here it is.
It feels so right. Sitting where we are now, I mean, I'm still in shock, but it does feel right. And I think we gotta give a real big round of applause and give credit where it's due. Curl Blitz has been screaming about Kalos for so long, and everyone, I feel like even us were like, come on, man, give up the dream. Like, yeah, we all wish it was real too. And he's made so many connections. We're hopefully going to be collaborating with him soon. He is he's a supporter.
I'd like to hear it because I mean, I still didn't see any connections. I mean, I'm sure that there are some because there's always connections to be found.
I mean, the big one, like, think back. Remember how we were all talking about those Kalos dragon trainers right there at the top of...
For sure. When you look again, it's like, oh, this makes sense. Or like I was thinking today, like them taking away Ash Greninja.
Yeah.
Is like maybe they bring it back as like a mega.
But then having a homage to it in Nemona's house.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Dude,
the like Kalos legends being missing from Scarlet and Violet.
Well, yes,
and they're the only
one.
Big legends missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the box legends.
In Furfrou.
Then even if you look back at Legends Arceus, you remember how we all talked about that Mega Gardevoir rock?
Yes.
Because the next Legends game would bring back Megas. You know?
There's we'll have to do a full like Paldea Kalos connection video or whatever. I think we've already done that video, but we got to do it again probably.
There was even love for Kalos in Legends. You got the Hisuian Abalug and Hisuian Gudra.
That's true, yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, I still am kind of in shock. How about this? Megas are coming back.
Lumi first.
Are we gonna
I thought about Lumi first. I'm just saying.
Thank you. I
was like, Kalos, Lumi. He's gonna literally flip out.
Dude, I'm right here, dude. Gogoat. We're gonna get a Mega Gogoat.
I told Sarah, like, I was so honored because after I just got all these DMs from people like, yo, Lumi, and I was like, oh, I feel so loved.
City. Well, what's the, dude? So is this is what
Zaktoshi, you done changed your name. You picked the wrong time.
Yeah,
should have just waited. Nah, I'm just messing, man.
No, we know who the real Lumiose Zach is.
You know what's funny about that? It's like I was like, all right, Zach won. Well, which Zach won? But no, it's a friendly
even Legend ZA. Zach.
Z-A. Wow, that's
Z-A,
true,
first
dude.
2 letters of my name.
That's true.
But you know
Hashtag
what,
justice
though?
for Lumi.
You know what, though? His name is Zach, too.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
That's
where
what's
all
rough
the stuff
about
came
it.
up. Like, that's why people are like, are you just like a discount version of Lumiose Trader Zach? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. No.
Not anymore.
Yo, we got a Munchlax just became a member for 5 months. They've got a question for us.
Oh, wow.
So according to Nintendo of America, they said it's entirely within Lumiose. I hope we can explore outside too, though. Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
It's huge. I feel like, I don't know if you guys even registered with you.
Yes.
I mean, now I'm sure you know, but
originally I did not. Originally I said
no.
Originally I did. You know what's funny? I didn't notice it, but I did like about an hour after, because when it was done, I was like, obviously I gotta shoot a video on this, but I'm on such a high right now. I need to like let energy out. So my wife and I went walking, and I was talking to her about it the whole time, and I was like, you know, they put so much emphasis on Lumiose City. I wonder if we're going to be only in Lumiose. And I was like, I mean, I wouldn't bank on it, but I will say I did see, I don't know how accurate this is, but I did see someone say that only Nintendo of America tweeted that it was only within Lumiose.
Yeah, so maybe they don't have
and
the full
Nintendo of
picture.
America does have a track record with saying things that are only kind of true. You know what I mean?
I would say, I mean, they are still a very reputable source of information. I would say
it's
sure confirmed, but it could change. That's how I would look at it. Like, who knows? Right. Maybe they messed up. Who knows?
So yeah, there's a lot of variables. I think right off the bat, my first instinct is to think that, you know, most of Legends Arceus took place in Jubilife Village, right? You could say Jubilife Village is the only thing that you explore in Legends Arceus, but that's not true, because you explore the rest of the region in the surrounding Jubilife Village. So it could be a similar thing where Lumiose is the major hub of a location, and you kind of bounce around.
No, that's not what it's saying at all. It's saying that what we saw, like Lumiose City, is the entirety. It says the entirety of the game.
When it zoomed out from the top, that was the map of this game.
And you know what? That's what
I think.
That's still not a bad thing. And if you look,
I did notice in the trailer, there's in the shot where the Aegislash is battling Sylveon, if you look behind him, there is a crocodile with a little family of Sandile. And I thought it's weird that there's a wild Pokemon like with its family that belongs in the desert. But then at the end of the trailer, when it zooms out and shows all of Lumiose City like on the map, the 5 plazas look like little biomes. So it could be like it could be kind of like the terrarium where there's like artificial biomes.
Well, that's
I need that screenshot now.
Yeah, there's the crocodile and Sandile thing.
Well, that's the thing. I think a game that takes place in one city, specifically Lumiose, is actually great, because what we could actually see is a Pokemon world at the proper scale that it's meant to be at, right? Because when we were first in Lumiose City, like, it did not function. It was not fun. It was annoying. Most Pokemon cities are like that, right? You think of Pallet Town. There's 2 houses, right? Obviously, the town has more houses than that, right? Anytime you see a location in the anime versus the game, it's like there's actual metropolises, right? And this would actually allow us to play through a game in that way. If Paris, if Lumiose City is supposed to be as big as it is, it would make sense that you could explore the whole thing. Listen, we can go inside, dude. We can go inside houses. Like I know,
but there is a nature aspect that gets a little lost. I mean, as Pokemon fans, Pokemon people are like, we're going out into the wilderness to catch Pokemon, you know, especially Legends. Like, this is so different from Hisui, which I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like to contrast.
I think this is the future game, right?
No, I don't think it's. I think it's.
Well, I was going to get into that. Do y'all think it's? You do think it's that? I thought it was set in the future, and then I posted a video on my channel, kind of just covering my initial thoughts, and I saw a bunch of people commented that in the 1800s, Paris went through like an urban development phase, and that is 200 years ago. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Legends Arceus the time period it's set in is 200 years
I don't know about 200
ago in our world?
Maybe 500?
I thought it was like 2 to 3, but either way, you know.
I was talking to Toby about this earlier. This is absolutely true. I think this is that same time period, right? European cities developed a lot quicker or differently at different, or I guess at a different time period than what we know about in the U.S. at least, right? Us East Coast U.S. boys. This right here is an example of that, right? And I think most people thought this was going to be the Legends Unova of some sort, right? Because it's
bro, when this started playing, I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting some stupid game. Like I did not know what was happening, especially when it changes to like the next
My thought
scene.
was
I was like, is this just like a weird spin-off we're about to get? It gave me like Detective Pikachu vibes.
Sure.
And I was like, what is like a flashback. This is not a Unova remake right now. That's all I knew. And I was like, so what are we getting?
It's like a flashback to the y'all remember the reveal of the Scarlet and Violet trailer? It was like the mall cop.
Yeah.
And so like we were everybody was like,
every time it's Detective Pikachu.
It's just Detective Pikachu. And then what's funny is like this game when it opened, I was expecting a third-party made black and white. And so when the very first thing you see in the trailer is Game Freak, I was like, well, that's not third party. You know, like
it actually made me excited though when I saw it. Game
I know.
Freak. I was like,
me too.
I thought I was gonna say Game Freak, and then I thought I was gonna say the next party. Even in the next scene, I was like, oh, is that a developer name I don't know of? Like, I still thought that even going into this, and then through this freaking trailer, the first time I saw Pyroar, I was like, no, not Kalos.
I knew it was Kalos.
Way. I was like, no, that's just a Pyroar. It's just going to be in it. And then it goes to like Sylveon. And then it goes to like Aegislash. And I'm like, there's no way we're getting Kalos. And then once you see the tower, it was like, I was like, this is Kalos. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. And I still didn't know what it was. When the Legends thing hit, I was just like,
bro,
what in the world are these people smoking?
Dude, let me tell you something. If you put a gun to my head and let me guess 1,000 guesses on what was coming to this, I would have been shot today.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we all would have
this is what we need,
though.
There was no leaks on this at all. Like nothing. No one knew anything about this.
Hopefully we have like a 4chan post pop up in the next day or two, you know, where someone's like,
I mean, I'd almost like it if no one ever knew about it, that they kept it that
for sure.
I'm happy that they kept it that under lock and key, that no one knew at all.
Well, you know, Legends Arceus was that way too, except it was the morning of Legends.
Yeah, we knew about it,
that morning. But you know, it wasn't like something we knew. Like when I woke up that morning, I didn't know anything about it. It was only after I went on Reddit and saw people posting about it that I knew.
I've been talking to people over the past like couple months and being like, hey, you got anything? Like, is there anything at all? Like nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything about the Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day. Nobody knew anything other than, you know, black and white remakes. But that is old news. That's been around. Like we've known that forever.
Yeah. Which also can we briefly talk about that, because obviously
I mean it's not a brief conversation either way, but
okay, well
I mean we can go into it unless you want to keep.
We can go into it and move back if y'all want.
We're gonna be bouncing around. I am curious, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking at this point, and you can tell me if it's wrong or not, right?
I can't say if anything is wrong or right now.
No, I know.
I mean, I took a hit today with that.
For sure, I think we all did. So my thought process is, okay, if credible information has been stating Gen 5, and we didn't get Gen 5, either that credible information is no longer credible, or because this game is coming out,
no longer credible. If someone is right 9 times and the 10th time they're wrong, is that enough to go, okay, well, they're not credible anymore?
What I mean is, like,
you know, some people would do that.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, from this point forward, I'm saying, right?
Even from this point forward, I don't think they're like.
All right, let me just get my thought out.
Pyro.
Yeah, totally. Sorry. I just want to get my thought out because I'm not saying it's one way or the other. What I'm saying is, either the information was wrong, or if it's still possibly correct, then that would suggest there could potentially be a game this year, because this game is slated for 2025, and no one has said it's going to be early 2025 like Legends, right? I'm not ready to make any sort of pattern predictions, right?
I've already gone everywhere.
Just because
I've gone
Legends
everywhere with that
came out in January when it came out doesn't mean this will come out in January. This could very easily be
I have a counter
the holiday
measure
game.
to this.
I don't think it's going to come out in November, though.
Yes, I do.
I don't think it's coming out.
Yes.
You think it will come out in November?
No. I'm answering 2 questions.
Oh, sorry.
We're
so excited.
I know. Me too.
Do you have more to your thought?
I do. Yes,
respond.
I do. I do. And to conclude my thought, is I watched, right, we were all watching Steve's video from PKMNcast. It's super
Which we all should have. Everybody in the world should have watched that before.
He created a history of Pokemon days, and in that you'll see, or what I learned from it was that historically there's really not a lot of Pokemon games released on Pokemon Day, but also there are a lot of Pokemon games released like in the days after, or the weeks and months after the Pokemon Day. So what I'm thinking right now, if we still have a Gen 5 remake on the way, what I'm thinking is in a couple months they're going to say, hey, you're very happy with this great game that's coming next year, so don't get mad at us because we're actually also giving you another game, and it's going to be a Gen 5 remake, Ilka style. Don't complain on Twitter. This is a bonus. You're getting the good game next year, and this is coming out in 2024. That's my thought.
I agree.
Okay, great.
I really hope that it's true more than anything because there's so many haters right now being like, "Where's Gen 5 and all that?" And I need the retribution so bad. I can't believe you
agree. That's amazing.
But, no, I agree because I will tell you right now. I mean, I'm going to go back to your other point too, but since we're on this topic, I will be not completely, but close to transparent. Maybe I'll lose all of my friends from this, but I've heard from 3 different sources. Okay. 3 different sources, credible people that I trust in, that said that a black and white remake was coming this year. Okay? I trust them. I will die on this hill that it's still coming. And after watching that video, which gave me a refresher about how Pokemon Day goes, Pokemon Day is not the end-all, be-all of Pokemon news this year.
Yeah, we got to present in a couple months probably.
Yeah, in April or May or June or even August. Ultra Sun and Moon was revealed in June of that year, and then it came out in November of that year. Ultra Sun and Moon, which is the 3rd version Game Freak made game. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna say April. They're gonna do like, oh, we're gonna do another Pokemon Presents. And there you go. And I think that it's going to be revealed then. I think the earlier.
It'll be better received as well.
That's what I was thinking too, because so many people were like, "Dude, where's the black and white remake game that you were talking about?" That people I texted.
And also, if we got the black and white remake game, I think people would be like, "Wow, Game Freak's so cheap, and they're just cheaping out. They just need to take a break here." But the fact that they told us about how this is such a cool thing.
Well, there's something that's really misunderstood about that though too. Anyway, people are messaging me about like, where's the black and white remake game? And I'm like, just wait a minute and see, because you're not sure. You know, it's like, it didn't have to. What would you have rather gotten today? Would you rather have gotten a black and white remake, faithful remake game announcement? What would this conversation be like compared to a Legends Unova game coming out?
We wouldn't have the synergy.
I was hoping that it was going to be both. I was hoping it was going to be both.
Yeah.
Because I had the inclination that we talked about on the podcast multiple times, that they couldn't do just the remake game and then just leave us hanging because it's not enough. So I think that they did it backwards to make it better.
Yeah.
You know, it's just going to be better this way.
I mean, it also makes sense too, because Sarah and I were talking about this as well. Like, so with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus, they were announced side by side, and their promotion was side by side because they were both Sinnoh. It doesn't make sense to do the promotion of a Unova game side by side, a Kalos game, because they're two totally different things. So if this is a faithful Unova remake, it's going to have its own marketing cycle separate from Legends EA. And if it's as faithful as Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl was, then honestly, they don't need to announce it this far out. They can just announce it in May or June. Do a little trailer for it in an August Presents. Maybe one more trailer, September, October. Release it in November. They don't need to give it this brand thing.
Yeah.
Here's the big thing, though, with what you were saying, too, Dusty. I agree with you totally, Lumi. But with what you were saying, I've seen so many fans today be like, you know, if they got the remake, then it would be Game Freak making another game. But Game Freak is not making this game. This year, I don't understand why people didn't understand that this year was never going to be a Game Freak game.
Right.
It's just never going to be a Game Freak. It's going to be an outsourced game if anything comes out this year. I want to say that too. Like, I'm going to die on this hill, but there's a possibility that they cut it too. I think that the sources, I think that they were true. Like what Lumi's saying, but they could have pushed it back. They could have cut it. They could have been like, you know what? We're not going to do a Unova remake game because it doesn't fit here. It doesn't make sense. Like, why are we going to do it? We'll just release this Legends game earlier. We'll do it in January of 2025.
Dude, F's in the chat for that. Shiny F unknown in the chat.
I don't know if you can do an F in the chat because honestly, this is worse for black and white remake games. Like, this is just, if this happens,
but dude, here's the thing: we don't need black and white remake games. I don't want to remake. I'm honestly done with the remakes. The fact that they've shown us that they're willing.
I agree with you, but
no, I know, but like what is a remake? If the remake is going to be a faithful remake, I don't want the remake. Just give me a port, or I'll play my games that I have. Obviously, I mean, some people can't afford a $150 DS game or whatever. But
I want a game. That's all. I want something to play. So,
but you can play the old game, Soul. Right,
I'm not gonna go back and play it though. I'd rather have like a nice.
Okay, but that's great that Soul, can. But Soul probably has a DS and all. But if I have an 8-year-old kid who wants to play this,
yeah, that's valid.
Can he find a Nintendo? Because there's not only finding the game that's going to be $150.
Yeah,
there's also finding the Nintendo DS as well that is working in a good condition. There's too many factors on that, which is just another reason that we need ports one day, but clearly that's out the window for this month.
That sucks. That was the one thing that I wanted so bad.
The reason that they do this is to update it for people to play it. Like, that's the main reason. Like, we want them to play our games still, our old games. And they're not saying, like, we want you to play the old games. We just want to remake it so that more people can play it. Yeah. And that's it. And they make money. Yeah. And they make money.
I mean, they'd also make money if they just poured it onto the Switch and dropped it on the eShop.
When they were showing the Heart Gold Soul Silver footage for Pokemon Masters, I was thinking, okay, with all this Johto teases, I'm like, are they just gonna port the best Pokemon game?
Dude, my thought process through this entire direct was insane. It was just like, why unknowns?
Dude, Raikou coming to Pokemon Sleep.
And Suicune?
Are you gonna play Pokemon Sleep?
And then I'm just like, what is happening? I was like, Johto's coming, man. And I still didn't think it was gonna be in this direct. I was like, okay, they're just lining up Johto for the next game. So I think and then it was Kalos. It was just like, I think maybe they're just hyping up Johto continually, because I still am on your whole 2026 being the celebration 30th year celebration.
I mean, that's what it's looking like now, right?
That's yeah.
Well, so y'all are. Well, I guess that's a different conversation. Obviously, at some point in here, we have to talk about the Kalos games. But so what do y'all think this makes the schedule look like? Because I still think Gen 10 is coming out
2025. Yeah, I was going to push back on Dusty's, because he was saying that there's no way it ends up being the Kalos game ends up being a early 2025 game. Why would they announce it in 2024 on Pokemon Day in 2024?
Because
if it was probably going to
be they're likely to put it out in the winter of 2025, so January, February,
or even honestly, even if it's March, they can't announce it in February if it's coming out in March. You know what I mean? That's giving it. We're announcing it, and it's coming out in 2 weeks. Yeah, no. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, it would come out next year, is what I'm saying.
In the
beginning part.
Yeah,
in January or February. Because then what are they going to do for a Pokemon Day of 2025? What are they going to announce?
Right. Yeah, now, the whole Pokemon 2025's announcement. That was so
Yeah, this would have been Pokemon 2025's announcement if it was coming out late.
But you're saying the 2025 game is going to be Gen 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible. I think so. 3-year. That's the 3-year normal. Okay. Listen.
Here we go.
They're on 3-year cycles. Okay. Yep. There's 2 teams, Team A and Team B. Team A works on the main generations. Team B is the Legends team now. Okay. So Legends has 3 years next year.
2022 to 2025.
Yeah.
Is 3 years. That's their development time. And the same thing goes for Team A, which would be kind of in 2025. Yeah, same thing. But anyway,
2025.
Yeah, math is so bad. Either way, that's how you tell. And this year was outsourced.
So that timeline that we're looking at right now, right? Whether or not there's a game in 2024, we know that Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be releasing in 2025. If it releases in early 2025, there's still room on Pokemon Day next year for them to announce the Gen 10 game in 2025, right?
Yeah, yep. Just like with Legends.
100%.
Yeah,
There's 100%.
Like, that is crazy to think.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what people are not thinking of that they probably go crazy over.
I have seen some people say like, okay, well with Legends, when Legends was announced in 2021, they said early 2025. They'd actually, or early 2022, excuse me. With this one, they actually did not say early 2025. They only said 2025, but they've been a lot more careful with their release dates. Like they said Teal Mask was going to release fall 2020, what was last year, 3?
Yeah.
But it actually, technically, it released in the summer. It was September, but it was September 13th. That's 8 or 9 days before the season change. But like, I think they're just being careful with their, and you remember how that whole period too, they never said fall 2023. They actually always said planned release date, fall 2023, planned, you know? Yeah. So I think this is just them being safer with their release dates.
Also, the Switch 2 is in play, I think. Yeah. I think if it comes out like early, I think it's still going to be like for the Switch and Switch 2. Yeah. But
no, I think there was some language that suggested that it's going to be that Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm trying to get used to saying it, that Pokemon Legends ZA would release for Nintendo systems.
Switch systems.
Yeah, which
Nintendo Switch it really systems. Just means like the OLED and the what's the small one that's dumb.
Yeah.
The handheld one.
Yeah. That would make sense if the game has been out. I mean, if the game has been in development for at least 1 or 2 years, then they would be creating it for the Switch. And then
the
generation
Switch 2 has been
and then Generation 10 releases on the Switch too.
Yeah, it could go like that. I do want to say so the possibilities that we for 2025 are looking like it's either Legends ZA is in early 2025.
Oh my gosh, dude! Every time someone says Legends ZA.
Yeah.
Is that how we're saying it?
It's either ZA or Z/A, but ZA is like a short version.
Legends ZA.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying every time I hear it, I'm like, Legends ZA. That sounds like fan fiction. You know, like
it sounds like
we're
straight
not
from a Kuro Blitz
fan
video.
games today, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Legends ZA.
Wild.
Either we get that in the early 2025 and then Gen 10 in late 2025, or we get DLC for Legends ZA later on that year, and then we get
crazy.
And then we get Gen 10 in 2026.
That's insane.
Or we're completely wrong and it releases later in the year. But I still can't see like that long of a period of them going without a game for now. Like, I don't think that they go all the way to fall. Maybe it's like it releases in September or it releases, because September's not that bad. It's like, it's still close enough to the holidays to where it's like, oh, it's new enough that we can buy it for Christmas for people,
Yeah.
So I think that that's still an option too.
Yeah. And I think if we were to take a look at, bro, I don't believe in, I'm not saying patterns, right? But I am saying Pokemon Legends Arceus did have free DLC, right? It did have free editions.
It did.
So whether or not it's a paid DLC for the holiday, which would be kind of cool. I think I'd actually rather see.
I think it would be paid. It would be a real. I mean, we can talk about this on an actual.
What would that be?
Podcast episode too. But
you go outside like Lumio City.
Yeah, you leave Lumio City. Oh no, you even said it in your video, right? You could go to the train station, and go to Paldea. You can go to Paldea, Legends Paldea.
No.
Oh no! Can you imagine? Can you imagine? People are gonna definitely say that. People are definitely gonna say that.
But trains existed back then.
You take the Lumiose train in the post game of X and Y. You take the Lumiose train to Kalut City, which is in Southern Kalos. So maybe Southern Kalos DLC is a thing,
or maybe Galar even.
Yes.
Maybe we have options here, or maybe Gen 10, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Gen 10 Italy.
The DLC is Legends Winden, and we actually get to explore Winden and not just see the city in the background. Never get to go to
the city.
It's the city of Winden. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it would be, because if it's just the city of Lumio City, there's no way they're giving us just Lumio City and then they give us all of Galar. They're just sending us just to Winden.
But I think this is what we've all wanted, though, right? Like, I think we're sick of the let's just pattern, remake pattern. We're sick of it.
But they never do that though.
They do though.
That's what like fans think, but they never do. No, they do patterns like this.
There was, dude, for like
always change it up.
Patterns have always been broken.
A little bit, but it has been like you get a game, you get a sequel or whatever you want to call it, and then you get a remake. It's always been like.
I mean,
that.
there's only so much that they can do too. You know, I mean,
no, I know, but this is good. This is what I'm thinking right now is, what if Gen 10 is not on the 30th anniversary? What if
it could very well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they extended? What if, like, what is a generation? What does that even mean, right?
Well, a generation.
They don't even count
exactly. It's not even a real term. So what I'm saying is,
but it is a real thing.
Yes.
I mean, because you have to look at the anime, the TC. No, it's a real thing. They just haven't given it a term. You have to look at the anime, the TCG. Like, Liko is very clearly Paldea-centric. Yeah. Liko is not sticking around for Gen 10. Yeah. You know, she's got a Sprigatito. Leaks
unless they
pointing to it evolving, you know, so I mean.
They could always retcon her a bit. Like, I mean, Ash started from Kanto. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but his partner was a Pikachu that never evolved. Her partner is a Sprigatito that's also evolving, which shows a progression, which, you know, kind of eventually reaches an end. If her partner was an Eevee, I'd be like, absolutely, Liko's here to stay. But the fact that it's a Sprigatito, I'm like, nah, she ain't.
Maybe she gets a new partner though.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Like Go, you know, Go got like it was Score Bunny, and then all of a sudden,
but his Cinderace was still always his starter.
Yeah, and so would her Meowscarada. It would still be there.
Yeah, but I don't
anyway,
think
this is a stupid conversation.
But anyway, I just say, like, you know, the anime clearly shows
I'm just playing the devil's advocate.
Cycles. Yeah,
I actually agree with you because she's like the worst anyway. She doesn't even battle or anything. So
yeah, no, Lumi, you are right. The point is that there is that Pokemon machine, and we need to continue. The Pokemon Company needs to continue to pump out new batches of, you know, new debut games with a bunch of new Pokemon. However, I guess what I'm thinking is, even if that 3-year cycle of a generation continues, they can have fun with it, right? I love that we got DLC in Unova. We got DLC in a new region, right? I love that now the remake game of Generation 9 is not Gen 2 or 5, it's Gen 6. Like, what? You know? Yeah. Think about what the possibility is now for Gen 10. There's no... Dude, here's the thing. I love all the Pokemon fans, but it is hilarious when people make fun of Pokemon fans for saying... or for being like, maybe we'll go to Kalos, and then people make fun of that. But I'm like, all right, but like, yes, it's a crazy idea, but we're in that era.
Mm-hmm. You can never call a Pokemon game now, you know?
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I do love the idea that, like, you know, if there is another Legends game in Gen 10, that one, sure, it could be Legends Celebi. Yeah, it might be Legends Kyurem.
But dude, we might go to Alola.
It could be Legends Marshadow. It doesn't matter anymore, you know? Like, it could be anything.
But can you believe that, dude? We actually got another Legends
It always
game.
Could have been, though.
We got another Legends
the Liberty. Game. I really respect Game Freak for the amount of liberty that they give the B team, the team that makes Legends. Because
I mean, at this point, they might overtake the A team. We might be having to call them the A team.
Bro, we need a C team.
And can we get a C team? Let me tell you something. Ewow the goat needs to get his hands on a new gen.
I'm saying.
Hey,
Toby was in the chat earlier. Just want to say hi to Toby. And then I also saw GatorX. I saw. Let's see. Who else is here?
We might miss people. Please don't be offended if we miss you.
I know this is the first time we have talked all day about this, basically. So we're just talking.
Munchlax has
another
donated $5. Thank you so much. And he said on the Japanese Pokemon tweet, it actually says our adventure begins in Lumio City. So maybe this could just be a hub, and we get 4 areas. Maybe.
Yeah. I think that just means that the adventure is like beginning. You know what I mean? Sure. It's not like that it begins there.
Toby said he's playing Pokemon X.
and here's the thing. Nice. I talked to Kuro for like 3 minutes before this stream, and he this is what he brought up. I thought this was the coolest thing. He goes like, Sycamore, instead of giving you the Kanto starters, right? If let's say like Sycamore's, you know, ancestor or whatever could give you, I don't know, they could give you any starters, and then those starters could have new regional forms in Kalos, right?
So here's the thing.
Have new regional forms. I think they'll have new megas.
Megas.
So that's
Mega
that's
Charizard Z, Mega Venusaur Z, Mega Blastoise Z.
I know that there's Charizard hate. I unironically
I'm excited for
love a Mega Charizard Z. I would love a Mega Charizard
Mega
Z.
Mega Mewtwo Z, dude. Bro, Zygarde, Mega Zygarde Z.
If there's a Z, then yes, that's all possible.
Well, this is ZA.
I know, but let's just think they just do megas kind of, not that they're going to do it the same, because that's a whole nother discussion that we need to have. But if they just were like X and Y megas, then I think that all Pokemon that like starters that already have megas will not be the starters.
Yeah.
So like
I agree.
none of the Kanto and Hoenn. Yeah. Like I don't think that any of the Hisui starters will be there either.
That's another thing too. Is I think people are going, oh well, because it's Legends, we're gonna take one from Johto, one from Unova. I think there's a chance, honestly, that we just get the Kalos starters and they get megas now.
Yeah. Bro,
I think that could happen.
If this is the remake,
I prefer it than mixing and matching like they did in Legends Arceus because I love that. I thought that was so cool.
Oh sure, but, to be just for Legends Arceus, to keep that just for Legends.
I would rather.
I'm saying I would love it to be that way here.
Yeah,
I'd rather than.
Well, it could be both. No, but here's the thing. Like in the Kalos games, you get your starters and then you get the Kanto starters. So what I'm saying is,
that's true.
Well, what Kuro was saying, but what I'm telling you guys in defense of him is that they could give us another set of starters. I mean, come on, dude.
Sure.
That's got to be like I'm just looking at the box art. That's got to be like the most iconic thing about Legends Arceus.
It is. It
right?
definitely is. So they definitely would want to spice it up. Are you saying like new Pokemon? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying
no. I'm saying a new set of existing starters.
Okay, yeah.
That would then get regional evolutions.
Definitely the more likely scenario.
Snivy's got to be in it because Superior's on the gates of Parfum Palace. So Snivy needs to be in that lineup because I love Snivy.
Yeah, I think that a Gen 5 one will definitely be in there, especially if we get Gen 5 remakes this year. Yeah. Like, it's just like, oh, they're going to put a Gen 5 starter in it for sure. Yeah.
Right.
And Snivy makes the most sense.
But here's the other thing. What makes a Legends game a Legends game? Because now we have two, and we're going to find out.
I would say the mechanics,
we don't really know. I would say the gameplay.
That's something too. If you Dusty, do you have the trailer on hand?
Yeah.
If you can go to the part just before they show the Gyarados in the canal, so you're at it.
Perfect.
So watch very carefully at the girl by the Dragonair.
Yes,
it looks like she's throwing a Pokeball.
She's throwing a Pokeball. Legends. That's so cool. And was that an Axew? No, it's a Hawlucha.
I think so. He's a part of the. Well, it's a Hawlucha with her. Yeah. Actually, is a part of the.
This is a Hippopotas.
XY Dex though, so he could be there.
That's true.
Because like all these Pokemon that I could see at least are a part of the X and Y Dex.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the coolest conversations I had.
I'm literally making a tweet about this right now.
Yeah, do it. Sorry, I didn't. I'm like on live stream.
Oh, did you not know about the trainer throwing a Pokeball?
No, I did. I'm just thinking that I think that
I felt proud.
That just like Legends Arceus, the entire Gen 6 Dex will be here. Like that's the main Pokemon that you're going to be catching.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
At least,
but that's 70
I wouldn't
Pokemon.
say the main Dex, but the Kalos part of it.
Yeah, the whole Kalos.
All 400?
I wouldn't say the whole Kalos Dex though. I would say just the Gen 7 mons. Or Gen 7. Gen 6. My bad.
That's what I mean when I say that. Okay. I know other people.
Yeah, because Diamond and Pearl cut like Metatite. Cut. There were others that they cut. Metatite's always the first one I think of.
Wait. I want to ask you guys, like, is this
Noctowl?
Is this Terrapagos' shell?
No. I know people have said that. I kind of love it, but
me too.
It's not. It's not, but it's amazing. I would love it.
So these are going to be the 5 points.
Terrapagos is literally this big.
But you see how those plazas kind of look like biomes? Like if you look at the top one, it looks like a little lake with like an island in it and like a little canyon or something. So
this is what I'm thinking right now, and I don't know where I'm even getting these ideas now. I think I got this from Jake's stream, Jake Steinberg. But he was saying something, I caught like part of it. He was saying something like maybe the point of this game is to we craft Pokeballs and we craft items and stuff in Legends Arceus. But what if in this area we collect items with our Pokemon to craft the entirety of Lumiose City, right? We collect the things to do, like this whole game is just filled with side quests to build certain parts of of the city or whatever, right? And I think what's cool about that is, like, again, when I think of Lumiose City, I'm like, okay, that's tiny. The Lumiose City I know is tiny, but if this is a full game in an entire city, that's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
It's
wild.
And what
at first I was like, I don't like this. I don't like that it's just in a city. How do you even catch Pokemon in a city? Like, it doesn't feel Pokemon, but then if you really take a step back and like look back at it, like that it's bigger, like that the streets are huge. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
look at really, it's literally like this.
Yeah, if it's like to real life scale, then it's like, okay, it's huge. Like, it's kind of like, we can catch Pokemon wherever we can. It's a different environment, but
look at this is it'll be like go towards like this runoff area, and that's where you get Dragonair or whatever. But I want to say this, like the whole point,
I instantly thought about like Cyberpunk or Spider-Man or like any of those other games that are like set in a city.
Totally.
See, I haven't played any of those games, so like I will admit there was, when I first heard the Lumia City thing, I was like, ooh.
I thought that you would be most disappointed. I was like, that was my thought process, was like, Lumi's loving this, and then I was like, oh no, Lumi.
Yeah, I mean, I am, if this all, because I do think there's a chance that, maybe there's a little more to it than we think, but if, it is truly just in Lumio City, my thought process on it is, for one, that is a little bit of a bummer, because I do love the Legend style games, and it does suck that, some of my more favorite areas will not be in it, and thus probably never will be in a Legends game, at least. But the thing that I have to remind myself is that I'm the kind of person who I typically don't do well with change. And I'm like, all right, even Legends Arceus, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm going to play it. I don't know if I'm going to love this. Loved it. Sure. So I am like, I'm going to trust Pokemon here. And no, I'm not trusting Pokemon. I'm trusting Ewow the goat. We don't know that
if he's even on this.
But I'm assuming he is.
Did you know that Omori retweeted this today? So I was like, oh no.
Well,
so don't even speak it into existence.
He usually promotes his own projects, and not like, I don't think he did much of Legends Arceus promotion. But anyway, who knows? I mean, he's part of Game Freak. He loves it.
So to continue the idea,
he also might have gone up in Game Freak more now that Masuda's left, and he's become part of the Pokemon Company, like the bigger Pokemon Company, rather than Game Freak. So maybe Omori's taken on some more of what Masuda was.
Yeah.
So I want to just like point this one last thing out to continue the idea of like, the point of the game, right, instead of catching all the Pokemon, is to craft the entire city, right? If that's one of the main primary goals, I think the presentation of this trailer is a huge indicator for this type of gameplay, right? Because the whole point is that we're watching the city be built, right? Where Legends Arceus, the presentation of that was like, they're telling a tale, right? They're writing a book. Instead, this is building a blueprint. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it makes the transformation to look at literally blueprints, but then also
I think that little symbol's important.
Yeah. So that's, I think that could be
has
Team
everything
Flare,
to
like
do...
a Sun Flare.
It's probably like the team, not Team Galactic, but what was it called? The Galaxy Expedition team. It's like the equivalent of that in this game. It's going to be the organization we're working for. That's my guess. But.
Yeah. So I think look at everything's on a grid, everything's outlined. It's potential. It's like not really.
I think it's just supposed to be a blueprint. That's because it's like they're building the city basically.
Exactly. Yeah, but I think we're gonna build the city. I think it's gonna be like Fallout. What is it? Fallout, the Boston one, 72.
I don't know. Reference games, I know.
I don't know.
You don't know any games.
Is there a Mario game?
Super Mario Maker? Is it gonna be like Super Mario Maker?
I mean, kind of. No, I don't think so. Dusty, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, if it was to that scale, that would be epic.
Urban redevelopment plan. Like, what else?
I know that's definitely the premise of the game. That's the premise for sure. Is that they're like rebuilding.
And if I'm trying to if we're trying to figure out like what is a Legends game? What makes it a Legends game? Why isn't it not just Pokemon ZA?
I would say the gameplay mechanic.
I would literally say that it is an action. It's an action RPG. That's what makes it a Legends game.
Just like I would say Let's Go, what makes it a Let's Go game is the screen where you're catching it like Go style. I would say that makes it a Let's Go game. So I would say the what would it be called, gameplay of Legends Arceus is what makes a Legends game a Legends game.
So why? But is there going to be a Legends? Is there going to be a legend here? A story element? Is it going to be AZ? Is it going to be? I mean, I would assume it's Zygarde.
I think it's going to be AZ. I think I think Zygarde is a It's too obvious, even.
Well, look, you have to remember with Legends Arceus, let's face it, those games could have been called Legends Dialga and Palkia. Because Arceus was a very minute part of it.
Sure.
So, like, he was the reason you were there, but, you know, the story was not really about Arceus.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that this is, because it's probably only going to be a one-player kind of game. I don't know, maybe they'll change it. But I think that they focus on the story a lot, and I think that there's a grand story to the whole thing, and I don't think that it's really about Zygarde. I don't think that it's a Zygarde focus. When you think about it, Zygarde already has 3 forms. Like, it's already got a lot of forms. I don't know if it will get another form. I think it's like the Giratina of this. Like, Giratina was in Legends Arceus, but it didn't. It was part of the story, but it didn't get anything, or wasn't like the most important part of the story. That's just a guess. But
I think Zygarde will be like the Arceus though, because
I think it's going to be a new Pokemon.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I think that.
Well, no, you see right here, Zygarde is the Z, and the A is what? That's nothing.
Exactly, and if you look,
the A is going to be the ultimate weapon.
Yeah,
I'm going to tweet this out later. Weapon.
I'm going to tweet this out later, but where do Mega Crystals come from? Like the Mega Stone stuff. You remember?
Space.
They come from space. You know there was a whole
from space.
Did you know there was a whole cut? Apparently there was a whole cut story about like aliens and it was supposed to be Pokemon.
Lysander was like another version of Sycamore. They were the same person. It's all speculation. That's like a speculation though.
It's going to be proven or non-proven with this, that's for sure. Because I think they're going to implement some of whatever was cut from Pokemon Z. But either way, I think that A is probably another Pokemon that is like the origin of Megas. Yeah. That's what I think. And I think Zygarde has a part to play, but I don't think Zygarde's the main thing, and I think AZ is going to be involved.
Did you guys also see that information or the any sort of information tying the A or revealing that the A is actually like a Greek alphabet letter?
I saw that.
Yeah. I don't know too much about it.
It also kind of ties it into the other games in Gen 6 were Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Omega and Alpha.
Yeah, I think it's just Alpha. I think it's just Alpha. It's just Alpha and Zeta, which is like
this one I think is supposed to be Lambda, is what people are saying.
Lamb?
I don't know.
It's called Lambda.
Greek is definitely a huge part of European history. Like
they do
Greek
eat lamb
culture, and Western in general. Greek, everything stems from Greek history. So I think. Yes, I think that this definitely has a part to play.
Related.
Rocky the Third coming in with the super chat,
$2.
Oh yeah,
and said, "Can we call it Zeta? Because ZAZA. Oh,
I love that
French
Zeta.
And that is.
I love that Pokemon Legends Zeta. That's cool.
I like that people have abbreviated it to Plaza personally, like PLZA Plaza
or Pizza.
I mean, that's what it's going to be. I'm sure.
It actually really works with
PZA.
like Lumio City too, right? The plazas. So Plaza.
Yeah, I like that. Plaza.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, it's going to get abbreviated, so it's probably going to be one of those eventually.
That's true.
They might just do PLZ. They may not even do PLZA.
I would do PLA, PZA.
Do you guys think it's PLZA or do you think it's PLZ/A? I think that line.
I think it's a dash. The dash seems significant. The dash means
whatever. You know what I mean?
There's also so I talked to Mordecai off air, and he has this whole theory. He uploaded a video, and the video got flagged for copyright, and it was a theory video about this specifically. And I'm like, I don't know if that's on purpose or not, or what the heck that is. But he was suggesting to me that maybe his theory is absolutely correct. So I'm gonna send you guys this, just so you can read it while in the middle of talking, because I don't know how to read it all in order and make it make sense.
Where are you sending it?
I'll shoot you a Discord.
Okay.
But Aiden McCulloch with the $4.99. I hope they keep the same Gen 6 starters, and I don't know how they are going to implement the legendaries and lore if it's all in one city. Appreciate the support, man.
That was something that Sarah literally said to me. She was like, if Mewtwo's in this game and Xerneas is in this game and Yveltal's in this game, how are we going to catch them in Lumio City? My solution would be there is a flare base in Lumio City. So it could be, underground.
Who knows? Because it'll be like in a different time. So
yeah, but there might be we might find out that flare base, if it's in the past, it used to not be a flare base. It used to be where AZ had secret operations, the king had or something, that's spitballing. But then even if it's not if it's in the future, well then maybe Xerosic from Team Flare is kind of still working down there.
True.
Yeah.
And there's other. I mean, the only one that died was also too. They never. That's a big thing. If it is in the future, they never found Lysander's body. And there is a rule: no body, no death.
That's true.
I don't think
that's
a
Star Wars classic. All right, Lumio,
don't think it's in the future.
I don't think it is either. I'm team pass out. I did when I first saw it. I was like, oh, this is the future. But then
I want it to be in the future.
I started thinking it was the past. No, I'd rather do the past, to be honest.
I think it's going to be in the past.
I'll give you my few negatives on it. Just
okay, but then you have to give us a few positives.
I mean, I've given a lot of positives. The main negative for me is I really wish it was still like Johto, because I want or Kanto. Dude. I want that same. This is not going to feel like Pokemon Legends Arceus at all. All right, it's going to feel different.
But here's the silver lining. No, I totally get what you're saying. Here's the silver lining. We've said it before, right? Each of these games, each of these new regions, even if they're remakes, they need to feel different from the game that comes before it and the game.
I know.
So the fact I totally agree. The fact that this is a retro game but not Japanese inspired means that the next game could be Gen 10 could be in Japan, or
true,
right, or it sets up whatever the Johto game or whatever, right?
This is just a personal taste thing, And I think a lot of people are like this, that they love Japanese culture and especially that time frame, just the sounds of Hisui, where you're out in the fields and
we might get some of that, except there'll be
little sounds here and there. This is not this. This is gonna be city hustle bustle. There's not gonna be any. That's what I mean with no nature. There'll be parks, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a city, so it's I don't know. It's gonna be a whole different aesthetic.
Yeah.
And that to me is people are gonna love that, but then some other people like me are gonna be like, man, where's my nature at?
I think I'm excited.
I'm excited. I am. I do like the nature aspect too, but I'm just kind of waiting to see, because I am all right, look, Legends Arceus, I love so much. There doesn't seem to be many consistency in the report that it is solely Lumio City. So I am that's interesting, a little. I'm banking on it because I think that's wise. But I am not if they said, oh, and you'll also go here.
Yeah.
I would not be like, what? But they said only Lumio City.
Yeah. What's so cool is that imagine how big Legends Arceus is, but that much space is all in the city.
Yeah,
that is so cool, dude. Imagine
that's what you have to think.
It's so cool.
And also
when
there's
you're playing
the fact
Black 2, White 2, and you can go into the sewers, right? You can pop up, and there's a little tiny forest or whatever. You have the piers.
There's the Paris catacombs.
Yeah, man. Bro.
My
wife went there. So weird.
Somebody messaged me and said that there's 200 miles of tunnels throughout all of Paris. Yeah, underground.
Dude, it's like the breath. It's like Tears of the Kingdom. Right?
They say they're severely haunted, and there's human skulls in there.
That's hilarious if they do that, because Legends Arceus was supposed to be a Breath of the Wild copy, and this would be a Tears of the Kingdom copy, because in Tears of the Kingdom you go under ground under the whole
under Sky Islands
Hyrule.
Too. Crazy.
They also could always stretch it a little bit by being Lumio City technically occupies this route next to it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do think different. We're gonna be able
to in my city that I live in, there is area that is not remotely city. It's swamps and wetlands, but it is a part of this city.
Yeah.
Well, even in the past, that's how it works. Especially in Europe, there was times when the city was way bigger, and it was this was part of the city, or vice versa, where
well, yeah. If you're redeveloping, you might be developing into other areas, so you might because I don't know. I kind of maybe this is definitely biased, but maybe it'll still be true. I don't see, and it's very close to Lumio City. I don't see why they would do a Kalos game, especially one focused around AZ, without not having the Parfum Palace involved.
Yeah. But we might have access to that.
That's pretty close to Lumio City.
Listen, if the majority of the game is still in Lumio City, but there might be like you take a, I don't know, like you take the train, let's say, or I guess there's no train in Lumio City, but maybe you just you're able to travel to one location outside of the city. I think that the focal point of the game is still in Lumio City.
Yeah,
right? There is
and there is the fact that the story might be in Lumio City.
Yeah,
but you can leave it.
Yeah, that's possible.
The way that tweet was worded was different than all of this.
I do think too.
I'm not trying to be insane right here.
I'm just,
here's something crazy. I just thought of this right now. Right, this is the city. I don't think it makes any sense. Is Lumio City on? It's not on the coast, is it?
No, it's in the middle of the map.
Shoot, I was just gonna say this is the edge of Japan, the edge of France, and then this would be the ocean, and then this in the distance right here. This little bit of thing is Galar, but this makes no sense that this would just be blank.
Nah, yeah,
because
Lumio City
is like an unfinished game.
It hasn't even been.
Oh gosh,
made.
Don't start them.
It's not even unfinished. It hasn't even been made. Why do you think they showed that?
It's like this is actually the game engine at the moment.
You'll see someone posted on Twitter. Someone posted on Twitter, what's your most unrealistic expectations? And someone posted, for them to actually show a finished game. And he knew what he meant, but I thought it was so funny. Joe Merrick responded with, well, every game they reveal is in development, so
that's hilarious that he did.
I was like, yes, Joe, get him.
That's so funny that he did, because I was so close to posting the ogre pawn picture with the glasses and the finger up, actually, because I thought the same exact thing. I was like, they're all unfinished right now. So if they announced it, they're all going to be it's going to be unfinished.
They announced a finished game. They better be announcing it for next month, not 2025.
Yeah, or tomorrow. Oh, it's finished. Okay, well, release it. No hate to that person. I know.
Yeah, no hate at all. I knew what they meant to, but I did think it was funny.
They didn't mean it like that.
Right.
It's just how it was worded.
Yeah. But it's always funny because there are people who do say that unironically.
Yes,
and so true. It was a nice haha to them.
Jake says Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet already do the empty, wide open space thing. This game is going for higher concentration, smaller scope, more focus. And I think that is true because that's the biggest 100%. Issue with Scarlet and Violet.
I like it. I like that a lot. I was just talking about my personal preference to not feeling that aesthetic of that it's like that
a world,
again.
Not a city.
It's kind of like what Lumi said, not liking the change, but it is a change in a specific direction. I'm not saying the direction is bad. It's just maybe not to my preferences.
Well, and also too, we haven't seen, and this is the thing that I'll hammer home until we do. We haven't seen what the game looks like. We haven't even seen what it plays like. We're just assuming what it plays like because of a previous game. But so my thing is can we really judge it yet?
No,
maybe the city. Obviously, the city thing does not sound like the best possible scenario on paper to me. But
I think it's gonna be fun.
I might end up playing this game and being like, "Oh, you know what? Shoot, this is the best Pokemon game ever."
Here's the thing:
I was close to saying that with Legends. So
I think that this will be even better than this will be even better than the other Legends because this is going to be improving on it. Let's hope that they're improving.
Well, let's talk about that. I want to shelf that for 1 second because I do want to talk about that next, Lumi. I think so. We have been, at least I have been screaming for new games to old regions that give us what the value of that, of remaking or revisiting a region, is to check it out in a new perspective, right? This is the ultimate form of that, right? Where the entire game is one location. I think when you look at old Pokemon games and when they've historically been remade and brought up to newer engines, they're still limited by the fact that they gotta fit an entire region into a game, right? This'll actually be the perspective that we imagine in our heads when you go to Celadon, right? When you go to Celadon in game and you're like, I'm in this huge place, and there's really only 10 buildings. Instead, you're going to get 100 building. You're going to get, I mean, that doesn't even match the actual, I don't know, that's so cool. This is like our GTA. This is like a full
It is actually
city
literally
to
like
explore.
that.
I'm so excited.
Well, from what I know about GTA, hearing that actually makes me go, "Oh, that sounds even worse." Bro,
don't go underneath the pier. You don't want to around sunset. All right, but let's talk about that, Lumi, because I think if we're trying to define what a Legends game is, I think it brings up into question: is this game going to have PvP? Right? Are we going to be able to battle our friends? Right? Could this potentially be where the 2025 competitive circuit takes place? I would say probably
Can I be honest? I would say no.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is going to be a hot take, but hear me out for the whole thing.
Spicy.
I don't want it to have player versus player.
Okay.
And you all know how much I love player versus player. Here is why I don't want to have player versus player. If they introduce new Mega Evolutions and there's no player versus player in it, they're totally going to put in Megas in Gen 10. And I would rather that. Because they're going to want you to be able to, in competitive, use those Megas.
And that's true because...
You're so wrong on every level. You think that...
I would love that.
But you are underestimating what Game Freak is capable of, and that is breaking our souls.
I don't think they would bring Megas back, show us off like, oh, look, now there's a Mega this, a Mega that. You get starters that can Mega, and then the very next game be like, okay, but you're not seeing them again. Come on,
Yeah, I get it. I just don't know if they would actually do it.
Especially for a game that, hypothetically, before this game is even announced, or is even out, I mean... we get the announcement of Gen 10, if it comes out in March and we'll get Gen 10 announced in February, hypothetically. So I just don't think that they would. I firmly believe that if there's no player versus player in this game, I honestly think even if there is player versus player in this game, Gen 10 really might have Megas back. Another thing about Megas too is Mega Evolution is I've said this for a while now, it's a gimmick that really can coexist aside another gimmick. Like it did with Z moves. It could have with Terrasol, honestly. It could have with Dynamax is a little bit more tricky. That was such a wonky gimmick. I'm not as expert on competitive to be able to say if it could have coexisted with that.
It wouldn't have worked with Dynamax, I don't think.
But either way, like my point is like it's an easy gimmick to have coexist with something else. So that's why it's also believable to me. I also do want to say too on the subject of new Mega Evolutions. There is the fact that in Pokemon Home, file was found for sound of what was like a scrap Mega Jinx.
Yeah.
We know the chorus.
Wow.
We were trying to do Mega Flygon, but said they couldn't come up with a design. If we are having to place bets on where there's new Megas,
Mega Flygon.
Jinx and Flygon are looking pretty good.
Let's go, dude.
Jinx almost 100%. I'm like, I know they cut it, so it's like they could not.
Right. But the fact that they got so far to get a cry. I
know. I gotta plug in my computer. Just give me 1 second.
Let's just keep going.
I forgot that I didn't.
But yeah, no. I would say whatever the starter lineup is, pretty liable to get Megas. I would say.
Yeah, so that's
whether they're the starters
maybe,
or not.
That's maybe 6 starters right there, or sorry, 6 Mega Evolutions. Come on, they gotta do Flygon.
Yeah, I think they would try to do Flygon.
Yeah,
at least
I would think. I would think
it's just a question of can they come up with the design again? Because for the record,
come on, they just got to do it. It's been 10 years. So many people have thought of good design.
You say that, but I respect so much that Game Freak did not just go, okay, here's a Mega Flygon, but we don't feel right about this design.
I agree.
I love that Game Freak doesn't do that.
I agree with the principle,
then they
but I don't
Girder
actually
and feel okay with it. I don't understand that, but
bro. I agree with the principle, but like they also have made so many stupid decisions as well, right?
Yeah.
They just because we didn't get Mega Flygon didn't mean we got something better, right? In exchange for that, I agree with the sentiment. Yeah. They shouldn't be making stuff, whatever. But Brandon with the $5, I think it's safe to say that the riding mechanic will return. Yeah, I was gonna bring this up.
Yeah, true.
Question is, how different could it be, since we probably won't be traversing big fields? Here's the thing, dude. We could. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. We see you all the time on just all over the place. But think of this, dude. It's like Spider-Man. You could traverse the buildings.
Bro, Dusty, you should be excited because this kind of really I need to write it down.
Mega Go-Goat.
This really hints to like Go-Go getting a form. No, Go-Go getting a form of some sort for sure.
Yeah,
like,
Go-Go is seen in the trailer.
Yeah, dude, I know he is. I found
so
him.
Even if imagine it would be a Mega. I don't think I hate this, but dude, I don't think they'll do any true evolutions because they're doing Mega evolutions.
Dude, Let's Go Go-Goat is
okay. So here's the thing.
Dream, but
we need to talk about this too. I think that I don't think Megas are going to come back in the same way. There's something. Sure. Megas are battle focused, are they not? Like they are a battle mechanic.
Yeah, it's a battle gimmick.
Either this game is like more focused on battles, which is great. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what a lot of people wanted. So then that makes a case.
It shows two Pokemon battling there. You know, I think it will be.
Yeah, no,
that makes a case for the PvP. But also, is there like, I think, are they gonna like remake Megas? You know, like fit them in a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it just works exactly the same.
Not retcon the lore, but retcon the gameplay of them. I think there's a chance of that.
Yeah, they could do that.
Where it's like a permanent thing or like a switch on and off kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just...
Because that's actually a really good point, because in Pokemon Go, it's still temporary, but you can set it, I think, for like 6 hours. You Mega Evolve, and your Pokemon is permanently Mega'd for those 6 hours, and they're over in the open... they're out in the open world, the overworld... that's a really good point. I'm gonna give you
my example really quick before you move on. My example is Go-Goat. So like if Go-Goat is the ride, like a Weird-Ear ride,
cool.
And there's no regional forms, so it has to be a Mega Go-Goat that's like the ride.
Yeah.
Like can it be a Mega Go-Goat outside of battle? That's like what I'm getting at. You know,
like you're traveling with it, and then if you Mega Evolve it, now you
outside of battle.
Now you can do something else with it.
I mean, do you think there'll be no regional forms? I don't think there'll be any evolutions, but I think
there'll be regional forms.
I think what you just said makes sense, where it's like, okay, there's no evolutions, but there's still Megas and regional forms.
Yeah.
I don't think they do double though. So like either there's no, I mean, maybe I'm
one
wrong,
convergent.
Yeah, maybe they're all convergent. Maybe it's not a Go-Goat. Maybe it's like a different Pokemon that looks like a Go-Goat.
It's a Boboat.
It's a boat, dude. That's the surfing one. It's water type. It's a...
Okay. Hear me out. If it's like based on like a hippocampus and it's got like Go-Goat vibes, that actually is a solid design right there.
I mean, that's actually more realistic than Go-Goat getting something, because Go-Goat is the obvious go-to, and then it's just like Game Freak does not do the obvious ones ever because they suck.
Mega Halucha. That's by Munching Munchlax. Bramtastic says we only have one Legends game to base our assumptions on. They really could do anything. That's true.
Yep.
That's so true. And also like all of their patterns that they did in PLA might break them all, because even with you saying like Mega Noivern and stuff, like because it's a Gen 6 Pokemon, by the standards of PLA, no Gen 4 Pokemon got anything in that. It was all other Pokemon.
But they can get Megas. The Gen 6
except for Palkia.
Yeah, but you know what? Because they're... No, that would make sense.
But I would say the only reason I think it's possible for Gen 6 Pokemon to get Megas this time around is just because they're in that group of Pokemon that didn't get Megas. Only Diancie got a Mega out of, and it's a mythical, so it was clearly an exception to the rule. So my thing is, I could very much see them going, oh, we want to give Mega Evolutions to... You know, I think they would prioritize, if they're doing new Megas, Gen 6, Gen 7, Gen 8, and maybe Gen 9.
I need the Dunsparce to get a Mega.
Dunsparce Mega. And it's what I need. Kappa Fee's, biblically accurate to Dunsparce.
That's what I need. Please, come on.
Oh, Courtney's in the chat. Azure Flute's in the chat. Shirley says we're going to be calling this stuff the Lumiosian forms. Lumiosian.
I really hope that they do regional forms. I really do, because it's begging for it. It's perfect.
It really is. And
it was the perfect companion to PLA.
It was, dude. Yeah. This is so perfect. The fact that Kalos, dude, we called it. We called Kalos, but then we didn't. But then we didn't
call Kalos.
We did, dude.
Listen, I want to say something.
I have definitely been talking about Kalos. You can go back to my tweets.
Something that's a little controversial, but not really. Like, everyone calling everything. I don't know how many people today.
Yeah, true. Yeah. If we say everything's real,
I said it. if you say everything, you're gonna get something right.
Bro.
I feel like everyone has guessed everything, so it's possible to get something right. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing. But here's the thing. In defiance against people who don't like creativity, I think I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. Because there's a lot of people who say, anytime I say something interesting, they go, no, never going to happen. I go, okay. Okay,
amen.
Well, something happened.
Preach.
It is, and I do love that. I do love
it. It's a big win against the sticklers.
Yeah, because I'm excited, dude. I'm pumped.
But you know what's sad? You know what's the worst part, though, Dusty? Is Gen 10, they will be come back and saying the exact same thing.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, we got another super chat by R3D. This is a big one. $10. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Also, starter convo, who? And also, if they bring back starters from other regions, do they bring back Incineroar? That Mega will be a menace in Gen 10. Much love, gents. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but I think it's possible. Kuro Blitz, our friend, was telling us, you know, if what's his name, Sycamore in the original X and Y games give you the Kanto starters. So what if there's an ancestor or another character who gives you either the Kanto starters, maybe the Johto starters, maybe it's another set of 3 random starters, alongside your Kalos starters, and then they evolve into their, you know, they get regional forms, Kalosian forms.
I don't think there'll be 6 different starter megas. So I think you'll be given 3 at the beginning, whether that is the Kalos starters or if it's a mix like we saw with Legends Arceus. I think they will get Mega Evolutions. Their final evolutions will Mega Evolve. And then I think that just the Sycamore Ancestor would probably give you Kanto or maybe even Hoenn starters. Because Hoenn starters also have Megas.
Yes, dude, Hoenn. Because it's the remake. That's so true.
You know what this made me think today is, like, I'm never going to play ORAS.
Why? Come on, dude.
I don't want to play Megas again. You know what? Personally, I would have really rather that they didn't put Megas in this game.
Bro, play
I would have rather that they put just regional forms in it. I would have rather just regional forms and.
Oh, we might still get those. I think Mega Evolution would take the place of evolutions, not forms.
Yeah, but evolutions are so much better. But I agree with you.
Do agree.
You know why? I agree with you.
Can we make this the new meme? Play Emeralds.
I agree with you because they introduced so many Pokemon in Paldea in Gen 9 that they're not gonna want to make more Pokemon. I feel like they've already made so many in Gen 9. So evolutions or forms are not. They're not new Pokemon entries. They're just more.
Well, evolutions are, but Mega Evolutions are not.
No, that's what I mean. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. But yes,
no, you're good.
That's what I mean.
Just clearing it up for the listeners.
Dude, the super chats are coming in. The super chats are coming in quick. I forget if I even chatted out, but Courtney.
We'll get to them. We promise. Soul, finish your thought though.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jarostin.
Start with the first one.
Jarostin, $5. Appreciate it. On a side note, I still think we get Black and White remakes in November. I'm saying.
That's what we're thinking as well.
Remakes used to be announced in summer, and I don't see Nintendo not have a game. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Game Freak's gonna want to put something out. Definitely.
Or the Pokemon Company is, because I don't think it will be Game Freak putting it out.
Yeah. Time for Coffee says Mega Flygon. Based.
I love this person says you can always just not Mega Evolve too.
That's true. You can.
That's true.
Listen, I love Megas and Mega designs. I just think like it would have been better in a new generation instead of something like this. I don't know. It would have
X and Y was the last Pokemon games. No, my sister loves Sinnoh, so she got Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus. But X and Y were like the last games she really had played, and that's what she did. She didn't use Megas the whole time because she thought it was the stupidest thing on the planet, and she still swears by that. Which makes her a bad person, by the way.
I still really believe, I'm telling you, and we'll see, but that they're gonna retcon Mega somehow in this because it's not a tradition.
Bro, that's insane.
Soul, adventure RPG. It's not.
They're gonna retcon how they work. I think.
What if they retcon them to just be fourth evolutions?
No, it's not going to be like that. What he means is purely from gameplay. They're not retconning the lore. They're just going to retcon how they work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that makes sense. I mean, we saw, the battles in general were switched up in Legends Arceus, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe even you ride on, if you're riding on Gogoat, he goes a certain speed, but when you Mega him, he can now dash through objects and can go faster. I don't know.
Yeah,
Bro, I just got so hyped
fast
when you say that. I don't know why I got hyped, but when you said that, I was just like, man,
I'm glad.
Like,
there you go. Positive energy, Soul.
Dude, I'm so hyped. You don't understand. I go through. I'm processing the whole thing. Okay,
this is fun, man. This is a good day.
There's so much.
It is a good day.
Well, we got another super chat by you read it.
Kalos ZA Mega Armaldo said, "I hope for a Mega. I'll let you guess it.
Armaldo.
Yeah. Yeah, Mega Armaldo would be sick. I would love that. They did give a Mega Aerodactyl. Let's see some Megas for some fossils. Dude, and Armaldo is probably the most underrated fossil. If
it's good, dude. Say so. And it's Hoenn.
I hope they get it too, so it can make Armaldo even better.
It is Hoenn, but actually, it being Hoenn, I gotta say, actually makes me most scared for it. Because, like I said, I don't think the Megas will be exclusively Gen 5, 6, 7, and 8. But I think, and maybe 9, but I think that's where most of them will come from, just because Gen 5 and Gen 6 only have one each, and then obviously 7, 8, and 9 have none. They might not do Gen 9 just because that has, those are brand new Pokemon, so we don't.
Sucks.
Just like with Gen 6, we didn't get Gen 6 Megas because they had just come out. We didn't need a Mega for Greninja. Greninja was new.
I want Spidops and Dunsparce to get forms and I want so many Gen 9 Pokemon to get forms.
Yeah.
It is in Gen 9.
It is.
Come on.
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
And Hydrapple and Dipplin and all that.
That is also true, but I would say if anything, that's more of a... Maybe we get a Mega Archaludon.
That would be typically
Mega
what they would do.
Mega Hydrapple.
Bro.
I cry.
Oh, dude, it gets like 20 heads.
I cry, dude. It becomes like a full-on
It grows wings and it's like evil.
I'm in.
Oh, man. That would be so good.
We got
Mega Sinistra.
No.
Not into it.
Mega Blood Moon Ursaluna would be kind of nice.
That would be just like so intense.
It would be so broken too. That thing would be horrifying.
That's insane, dude. So I'm playing through Soul Silver right now. I'm probably gonna play through. I gotta play through Kalos. That's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm actually I might live stream that. I'm gonna start live streaming Kalos.
I've been thinking about doing the same thing. That's funny.
We should do. You want to do like a classic 2010 or 2016 Egglock versus or like don't they do
Egglock? Wonder Egglock versus Cage Lock.
Listen, we could do that. We could do that. All three of us. There's another topic to be talked about here. If we don't get Gen 5 remakes this year, and this is pushed back God knows how long.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of time where we have nothing to talk about and nothing to do.
That's not true. We got so much to talk about.
Well,
I know.
We got a lot of series.
That's a good option.
And we'll get reveals for it in at least August. Yeah. I would think August we'll start getting monthly, maybe bi-monthly reveals.
My point simply is that we could do a classic Egglock, the three of us, and play through Kalos games, which would be fun.
That would be super fun.
I'd be down.
I haven't played it in so long.
Or we do the Oris game, so we force Soul to play it.
Yeah.
I'll do that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. We got to play Snap first. That's the first thing that we need to do.
Well, that's the first thing on my list.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you got a year. Play new Pokemon Snap.
It'll be really easy.
There are Talismans in new Pokemon Snap.
Want to shout out one of our supporters, Drogain, in the chat. Legends Z or what are we saying? Legends Zeta. Yeah, Zeta? Legends Zeta may actually get DLC, which that would be insane. I love how we're like hyped for DLC. We don't even know how the game plays.
Yeah.
It's like I want more of the game.
We don't know about the game. We're like, give me more.
Even just got announced today. I want more.
More. Game Freak's not doing enough.
That is the eternal struggle of the Pokemon fan.
Yeah. All right.
I'm so hyped.
We do also have some more super chats.
I know. Get to. Super chat by Munchlags, $5. In Arceus, every alpha boss Pokemon was not a Gen 4 mon. So starters got new forms. Is this game no Gen 6 megas, just starter mons? Another gens will get megas.
I think that could be the case. I could see it both ways, though, just because there's also not a... Like, with Legends Arceus case, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl had just released, so they probably didn't want to touch any of those Pokemon because, they were already there. Also, too, they weren't giving out Megas. They were giving out Evolutions and Regional Forms, which effectively changes the entire line of them.
Yeah.
But if Mega Evolution's just a little form change that they can come back from, I feel like it's not quite the same. Yeah. I do also want to say on that note, though, he did remind me, I thought of this earlier, but then forgot it. I don't know how things work over at Game Freak, but I know that if I came up with an idea, I would feel pretty attached to that idea. So I also wonder if maybe the Legends Mons are potential prime candidates for a Mega. Scizor already has a Mega. Maybe we give Cleavor one to match it, you know? Then, like, maybe we get a Mega Weird Ear. I don't know. You know, that's purely hypothetical. I'm just saying, like, these Legends team, that was those are their babies. You know, if I was on the Legends team, I would be pushing for, can I give Weird Ear a Mega? You know, because I made Weird Ear and I'm attached to him.
Maybe though, maybe it's the opposite though. You don't know. Maybe it's like we did that. Now we're gonna try to move on to someone else.
It could be like that.
It very well could be.
Dude, Mega Charizard Z is happening.
Charizard Z.
You know it's happening.
If there are Mega Zs,
two more Mega Charizard Z and Mega Charizard A.
I had a thought. I had a thought today about this. I still believe about that there were cut Terrestrial forms. And I think that maybe those forms could have been reworked into Megas. Like, they could have just been like, you know what? No, we're not going to use it for this. We're just going to make them the Megas.
Wow.
You know? So if there was a Charizard...
on how drastic the change was. Because, like, with Ogerpon, it's not that big a change. You know what I mean? Terapagos is, in fairness. But
yeah. I'm just saying, like, if there was a Terraform Charizard, it could now be Mega Charizard Z. You know what I'm saying? Because...
I would love. I know so many people will hate on it, but I would unironically love a Mega Charizard Z and a Mega Charizard A.
It would be cool.
Oh, dude, what if the Megas are A and Z and that's it? Like, there's no X and Y Megas. I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, that would be cool too. You know, 2 more Megas for Charizard, still fine.
All right.
I just looked at my phone and it said what you just tweeted, Dusty, and I was like, dude, someone just tweeted this at the same exact time, and then I read who it was. I was
what are the odds?
No
I think I structured that right. We're so behind. I can see my friend, level 99 Pidgey. This is my IRL friend. Why are you super chatting us? Why are you super chatting us?
Thanks, Pidgey.
I probably owe you pizza money. Dude, what's up? Thank you. Can we get some love for Ladian? Needs a Mega or Evolution? It definitely does.
Ladian would agree.
Listen, we need to do like which Pokemon can get Megas now as an episode. Like, you know how we did regional forms and evolutions? This is what we do it. Friggin' Ledian's not mine. Ledian is it.
100%, dude. Oh, bro, this is insanity. We got another super chat by, again, R3D. Appreciate it, man. $5.
Thank you.
Piplup, Litten, Chespin. Clip it because those are the starters. Just because that would be amazing. I don't think lineup makes sense.
Kalos one alone, though. If they do a Kalos one, it'll be all three Kalos.
Chespin is. You're right.
You think? I mean, they did Ash Greninja alone.
They did, but that was a special situation because it was the anime and they've since retconned it. You know.
I love
Chespin. That's another thing. Chespin's not Greninja.
Yeah,
they could throw one in, but no, I agree. They didn't do it for PLA. They did no starters. So
I like that lineup. Litten. I want Litten to be there.
I think that it's going to be the grass starter will be Snivy. That is my prediction.
I think Sobble gets in there somehow. I think
Sobble could be it, and then the fire. I would say either Chimchar
Grass is gonna be superior. No, I'm gonna say Litten because of the black cat wandering around the city.
The only reason I'm like hesitant to say Litten is because genuinely giving Incineroar a Mega is.
Bro,
that's.
But listen, we don't know if they're Megas though. They could get regional forms.
They could get. I would think they get regional forms. I think they get.
I just don't. That's such a missed opportunity if they do that. Like, to me, it seems kind of obvious that these starters will be Megas, not regional forms.
I think
that's another thing too is they want to keep us on our toes, right? So obviously, when they show us it, they want our knee-jerk reaction to be, oh, that's a Snivy, a Litten, and a Sobble. So I guess we're getting regional Inteleon, Incineroar, and Superior. But then, you know, they 180 us with no, not regionals.
Convergent.
Megas.
Can I tell you my number one issue? I'm going up and down, guys. My number one issue with Megas.
Stay up.
But my number one issue with Megas, guys, is temporary.
Of
bro.
course,
like,
dude. That's always.
Do you know how long people have been asking for megas to come back? So now, once we get through this game and we get all our new megas, they're just gonna be locked away, just like all the rest of them forever.
They will
Unless
be
they
in Gen
bring
10.
them up.
They will be in Gen 10.
Even after Gen 10, then
Let's
they're
go,
gone.
Lola.
Even in Gen 10, then after Gen 10, then they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, megas are not a sustainable thing unless they completely retcon them, please. Like, I'm just thinking, like, some way.
They could keep them going. Keep them going beyond Gen 10. You know what we want?
All I'm saying is, if they were regional forms,
dude,
like,
when is Scyther going to get a new evolution?
What?
When's what?
Scyther. Oh. But you just got.
We need another Scyther evolution.
We do.
We've got the past, the future. We need a present Scyther.
Bro, this
evolution.
little guy was supposed to get. He did get a mega. He's supposed to get a regional form.
See, but now he has a mega. He has a mega, and you've not been able to use his mega for years.
Mm-hmm.
And now your favorite little guy has nothing. He just is normal.
I like he's better.
He's
like
not normal. They gave him Shed Tail.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I'm just saying, I want like redemption for like Inteleon. I want people to love Inteleon, right? So give it in a regional form.
So give it a regional form, so it's not Inteleon.
No, but so it would last. If it gets a mega, then it just goes back to being normal Inteleon, and people hate it.
If you give it a mega, it will forever, like, it does in our, even if we can't use it in the games, genuinely in our hearts, like, it always has a mega. Like, there are people who, like, this past week, I've been each day I, like, was posting, oh, you know, it's 9 days till Pokemon Day, so retweet with your favorite Gen 9 Pokemon. And, like, there were so many people who would tweet, megas. And not like because they're like, I love this Pokemon. So it does live on forever. And in that case, if Inteleon got a Mega and it was locked away in this game or Gen 10 or whatever for the rest of its life, Inteleon would still be, you know, it would be people's favorites even still because they will still look at their Inteleon and remember its Mega.
Yeah. Just as a Ultra Necrozma fan, you know,
make that a Mega.
I know the feeling of just not being able
that is
to
sad.
have my Pokemon.
That is sad. If every Pokemon is someone's favorite and Ultra Necrozma is your favorite, you never get to use it ever. That stinks.
Maybe it'll come back in this, guys. Yeah. Maybe it'll be back. It works like a Mega.
Every Pokemon is someone's favorite and Girder's your favorite, you should look at more Pokemon.
Bro, I don't like Girder. Dude, this is No.
It's a thing.
I don't like Girder, dude. I don't like Girder. I never once said I like Girder.
Dude, for 4 minutes about
I like
Girder.
Timber.
You do like
I like
Girder.
Timber. It's like a little rabbit. I like Timber. And I
what
also
kind of rabbits you
and
got
I also
up there
like
in
Honk
New
Elder.
England.
Okay? That's it. Okay? Jake Steinberg says, one of the most unexciting mechanics of all time, sitting through the bad Mega Evolution animations every time you wanted to use it.
Jake, I do
valid.
not appreciate this.
No, I agree. I totally agree that.
I agree with sitting through the animation, but don't say one of the worst gimmicks of all time.
He also said Girder rules, and I can't handle that he said Girder rules.
Bro, I never said Girder was good.
Help! Look.
Dude, Girder literally has
Hear me out.
He's got little bumps all over his head. Like, what is that?
We had a super chat, guys. We had a super chat, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we do have a super chat. I do want to say this real quick, though.
Bogey White.
How can Mega Evolution be the worst gimmick when there are A, Z moves, and B, Pokemon go big?
I like Dynamax. Well, Gigantamax.
No,
I don't like Dynamax. Sold the takes.
No, I did not like Dynamax, but I like Gigantamax.
Oh, look,
here's the
Pikachu
thing. None of them are good.
You know, no, that's dumb.
None of them are good. None of the battle gimmicks are good. Regional forms are good. Convergence are good.
Terrastall is good.
Terrastall, no, the hats.
It is.
Terrastall's good. Some of them are a little dumb looking.
They're dumb.
The hats are the dumbest thing ever. I'm talking about the mechanic.
Very dumb.
We're talking about the mechanic.
I'm not talking about the mechanic. I'm talking.
Sure,
I don't care about battle prowess. How do I interact with it in the game?
That's why you like Conkeldurr.
Okay.
Read the super chat.
I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bogey White, he gave $10. Thank you so much, Bogey White. You guys think the synchronization machine will be implemented in this game? Thanks for giving us the #1 Pokemon podcast.
Dude.
Interestingly enough,
thank you so much.
Someone did notice that.
I do think this.
Well, and they noticed in the trailer.
Look at Pikachu.
That everything's in color except the people. Perhaps because you'll be playing as a Pokemon.
Oh, so your vision, it's like a dog?
This right here is from the perspective of the Pokemon. Look at, we're following him around. It's him.
No, dude, I think that what Soul said is true. Lumi, I think they gray out the people because it doesn't matter. And
I agree. I don't think that. I just thought it was an interesting addition to that point.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that we'll play as the Pokemon.
I think you could.
This is Legend ZA, not Mystery Dungeon.
That's true.
But I think they could expand on the that feature.
Yeah, because one of the
Synchro Machine.
One of the core features of Pokemon Legends Arceus is that you're able to call out your Pokemon to do a command, right? So as an extension of that, you could call out your Pokemon to do a command, and then you become, right, this is where the Tears of the Kingdom Sky Island comparison comes. You become this little Fletchinder, and you fly all over Lumiose. Maybe you have to go to the top of the tower, all the top of these buildings to get the items, bring it back to your trainer, right? I think if this whole world exists in one single city, that's great. But I also think this whole thing is going to be filled with mini games and quests, and like this is actually going to be the quote unquote open world experience that we want. That's filled with these types of quests, right?
I want to be like Ash and I'm so excited Garchomp on the top of the tower.
Yeah, right.
I am so hype. The number one thing about Legends that I love, and I hope they expand on it, is side quests. And I just hope that it's like next level side quests throughout this
Lumiose Ghost
city.
Girl. We're gonna get answers. Yo! Oh my god, this just hit me. We're gonna get answers. Lumiose Ghost Girl.
So
people have been talking about it. It's real.
Finally.
It's just like the Frost Last thing in Hisui. Like I think we're gonna get answers to that.
Dude, that's insane.
And more. There's going to be side quests throughout the city. It feels like a proper open world in my mind. I mean, I don't know anything.
Because it's a contained location. I think what's also cool is, like, in the anime, what they used to always do is Ash would be like, go, Noctowl, go find whatever. And then, like, Noctowl would go do a mission. We could do that in this, but we play as the Pokemon on the mission. Or maybe it's that you can...
I really hope that they don't do any kind of Synchro Machine stuff.
You don't like the Synchro Machine?
I don't care.
I like it, but... Yeah, I don't. It's not Legends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want Legends to become Synchro Machine game.
How is this real?
I thought there'd be a Synchro Machine game, but I didn't think it'd be Legends.
I would rather they just give the Mystery Dungeon fans their game and let me play Legends.
As long as there's another mainline game with the Mystery Dungeon game, I'm okay with it.
Here's one more addition right here. This is in the trailer. It says, a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. In a lot of ways, this is a sequel to Legends Arceus, right?
It is. Well, it is. It's Legends ZA.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows that means the number 2. So, like...
Yeah. It looks like a 2 next to an A for Arceus.
It's 2 letters.
It's 2 letters. That's a good point. So, we got... So... Okay, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So in Legends Arceus,
beautiful coexistence.
Yeah, in Legends Arceus, the whole point of that, the whole plot is that you're trying to like discover that Pokemon can be your friends, and you introduce Pokemon to the town, right? That game was like enthralling. I gotta play that again. But there's moments in that game where it's like
Dusty's gonna play every Pokemon game before.
Yeah, I need to play this because of this, and this because of this, and this because of this.
You got time. You got till 2025.
You do have time.
That's insane.
That's the biggest letdown.
I'm glad I replayed Black and White and Black 2, White 2. So this is the sequel. Is that okay? We've learned that Pokemon and humans can coexist. This is the creation of that coexistence, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that because I think the idea with Hisui was that, like, because Laventon was not from Hisui, and the thing is, he knew that Pokemon, like, you know, can be pretty chill. So, like, I think that was exclusive to
Hisui
past Sinnoh, but like, I think, you know, a Galar region set in the exact same time, they could be one with Pokemon. That could be a cultural thing, not a time thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes total sense. So something else I'm thinking about is like another huge aspect. And this is why I keep going back to. I'm like, what makes it a Legends game? Because in Legends, a big part of that was Arceus was messing around with the space-time distortions. Is that going to be a feature? Are we going to have a similar feature? Is Hoopa going to be in the game to create these rings?
You know, probably.
Hoopa's going to allow us to
I don't know because
Pokemon that
mythicals are a different story. But they
might incorporate the rings the way Oris did. Like Oris had the rings in it, even though it didn't have Hoopa like get its own plot.
You know
so
how
they could still do something like that.
they could implement Hoopa to bring in like paradoxes or something.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Hoopa is like the
Hoopa can do
Pokemon that
anything.
can bring
Well,
any
and there's
Pokemon
also
in.
like a big reason they did the
Can bring alternate Cosma in.
Well, the reason they did the distortions was because it had to make sense for why there were some Sinnoh Pokemon there, like Porygon Z, that's a man-made Pokemon.
Yes.
Why would it? And even things like the Electrizer and the Magmarizer, those are, man-made items. Why would they exist now? So, are there any Kalos Pokemon that are like man-made? Because if so, then Hoopa would be a good explainer for why they're here now.
Hoopa would definitely be a good explainer for anything like that, because we're not going to get space-time distortions, because that whole game was about space and time being distorted by Dialga and Palkia. So that's not going to be here. So maybe Hoopa does play a role.
They'll totally have the mythicals involved, I think.
Dude, Jake is making a difference right here. Z is Zygarde, A is Arceus. Arceus keeps playing a role.
Maybe.
I mean,
insane.
Except
no, here's the only thing is that the A in ZA, it's not really an A, it's actually like a Greek letter, right? So it might actually not be that, but that blows my mind because that's actually pretty sweet. That'd be sweet.
But yeah, I think the mythicals would be catchable and have something like, even if it's like in Legends Arceus, it was you could get Darkrai if you play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, like if you had Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl save file. You get Shaman if you had Sword and Shield save file, I believe. And then Arceus, of course, you got through the story. Manaphy, you just got through the story, and that's all the Sinnoh.
I'm just thinking, so, like,
I would think that Kalos would do something similar at least.
I'm thinking though, what if Hoopa has like a really big role in the whole thing?
It could
maybe.
Legends Arceus was kind of technically about a mythical. You know, like it could be like Legends Hoopa if you think about it.
And then
I don't know,
dude, and that's it. The whole game takes place in Lumio City, but through the wormholes, you're able to access different points outside of the city.
Bro, you're so stuck on this. It's not because of like the lore that they want to keep us in the city. It's they said the game is entirely takes place in the city, not because like they don't.
But we could still have access points that let us gleam into other places, right?
No, I don't know.
No, because but it's almost like you're still.
I want some of that copium you're drinking.
No, you're still in the city. You're just like seeing a portal through something else, right? You're still in the city.
If there's a picture of something else, sure.
That's even more like.
Or maybe
horrible.
they function.
So you're proposing that they do the Battle Frontier project has started, but with all of Kalos.
Dude, yeah.
Look, it's right there.
Place in Kalos.
No. Bramtastic says collecting Zygarde cells hidden all around the town, perhaps.
Yeah, that's gonna happen too. Probably.
The Decidueye guys here too. He says ancestry. Let's see. I just love seeing all of our supporters in the chat.
How many people we have in here right now?
There is 600 people concurrently watching.
Hey,
it just dropped to 536.
Oh, sorry.
It literally just said 600
just now.
But there's been
they saw me and left.
There's been over 2,500 people who have watched this so far.
Cool. Wow, for being here, guys.
Yeah, Kuro says the Castelia sewers. Or no, Castelia had sewers in Kanto. We had bunkers in under tunnels. Imagine that in Lumios. Yeah, I could see it.
We got the catacombs. We're gonna see some dead bodies.
For real, dude.
Oh, I know what I was thinking. I had this idea when we were talking about Hoopa. Do we think that like the person's gonna get like Isekai again? You know what I mean? Like Callum's gonna come from
that I think that'll happen, but like I was agreeing with what you were saying, that's a possibility.
You think it's like literally gonna be Callum and what's the Hilda? No, Hilda's Gen 5, isn't she?
Callum and Serena. Come on,
Serena.
Right? Come on. You
I didn't watch
Serena.
I didn't watch the anime, bro. But yeah, I think it could be them that go into this older Lumio city. Get brought, but who are they getting brought by? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what is the thing that's happening here? Because the whole reason that we would go to like, it could be Johto, it could be Celebi, because Celebi can time travel and bring these people to this certain time. So like, who's bringing them here?
Can I propose a really wild theory related to that?
Copium.
So remember at the beginning of Legends Arceus, when you're brought in, you were either, depending on your gender, wearing a sword and shield, excuse me, X and Y shirt and a Lola shirt.
Yeah.
Legends Marshadow is next.
Oh yeah, they could totally hint at something, dude. They could totally hint at something.
We got our X and Y one now.
How about this? How about this?
Maybe somebody in the chat has an answer.
For the record.
Pokemon X and Y introduced the fairy type. Maybe Pokemon ZA introduces a new type.
Please. Come on, come on. So many people don't want it, but I do.
I don't know why.
I'd be fine with it.
Why do people not want to type? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I get so much.
I think some people are worried that. I think some people are worried, and some people even felt this with Fairy at first. I think people, for one, it's a thing of like what I talked about earlier. People don't like change, but I think it's specifically people are worried it's going to be something stupid. You know what I mean? Like
grass type.
I usually think it's people that don't want the meta to change like that.
There is also that too, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I do think there's a lot of people though that think like for example, I've heard some type ideas, that I think are pretty dumb. And so if some of those type ideas got announced, then I would be like,
no, rubber is cool. Rubber's a cool type.
Rubber is the dumbest type
rubber
I've ever
makes
heard.
sense.
Yes,
rubber makes sense.
I agree.
Rubber makes sense.
How does it make sense? We shouldn't talk about this because we're
like
we're
a
supposed
food
to talk
type
about
too.
things,
You know what I mean? Like people have said a food type before. No.
I think rubber makes sense. Rubber just means
food, plastic, rubber. No thanks.
Rubber just means like stretchy.
I will make one good point.
Okay, but
about
stretchy
this.
is an attribute, not a type.
Yeah, so is bug, so is dragon, so is flying.
No.
It is. You know it is.
Totally
we did a whole episode about this.
Stretchy is an adjective. Bug is a thing.
Okay. Yes,
listen,
it's like number 3 or 4 of my. I think wind should be its own thing, separate from flying. I think flying should just be retconned.
I
think flying.
This is why people don't like new types. Is because it's like it's a lot of stuff like this where it's like
there has to be logic behind it. That's the thing.
All right.
A lot of people don't.
Here's the one. Cosmic should be real.
Listen, so this is what I was going to say.
Cosmic's cool.
There is a little bit of precedence for having a new type, and that is the stellar type. The stellar type is technically a cosmic type. I don't want to get into everything, but it could be like the precursor to our like having a cosmic type. I'm just saying it's possible. That's the biggest possibility, I'd say. If we're going to get a new type, that's the biggest possibility. But I don't think they'll do it just because they already did it for Gen 6. Like, that was the fairy type, and they're going to just make more terrible fairy Pokemon.
What'd be nice is if they revisited some more Pokemon and gave out the fairy typing to a few more
Fairy's
Pokemon.
like what? Folklore? It's like, what would you call it? Like what it describes it? It's beauty,
it should be
folklore,
that. It should be that, but the beauty side of it, bro, it's not for me.
Dude, I think the type's cool. You wouldn't have
someone said the pizza type, and I'm about that, you know.
Yeah, I know everyone's been saying the pizza type. Level 99 Pidgey said the pizza type. I love that name. Level 99.
But see, to me, it's like, okay, we have the grass type. Why don't we make the plant type? Or why don't they just still be the grass type?
All right, we're getting off topic. This is we literally have a full episode where you can watch us yell about types.
It's not off topic because we're talking about if it were to be.
That's true.
If it is a possibility,
it is something that I don't think you can rule out. Now, for the record, just to make my thoughts on it clear, I would be fine with a new type. I just do understand the people who are a little hesitant about a new type, and I would be upset with it if it was something that I felt personally, because that's the thing. It's an opinion, so no need to get upset about it. It's my opinion that some hypothetical types like rubber or plastic would be stupid.
You guys want
the fairy type?
The fairy type
is stupid.
It sounds stupid, but it makes sense. I'm glad it exists.
I wasn't crazy about it then. I don't know if I've gotten used to it now or if I genuinely like it. I am like you, Soul, where like there's only a handful of fairy types that I like.
Yeah, but so many other people like it though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and again, that's the magical thing about it.
And I like that it's different.
As a type, though,
it made a lot of normal types unique.
No, I know exactly what you mean, man. I get it. I'm kind of there. I was definitely there when they were first announced.
When it was announced, I was like, "What in the world is a fairy type? Like, what are we doing?" I was like, I was kind of shocked that it was not like an elemental type. It didn't feel like a type to me.
Like my wife is even messaging me some type ideas, and I just told her I don't like that idea.
What did she say?
She said ancient type. I'm like, well, that's just rock.
No, but that makes more sense. I like that better, like historical type. Like
I don't know about ancient.
Historian
type. It's not a type.
No,
yeah, I think people think that about people think that about sound, but I think sound is the most logical.
It is
sound.
I don't know if GatorX is still listening. GatorX made a really good point for why sound shouldn't exist, though.
No, it should. You know what I think about? I think
that's
of like
one of the ones that I could more deal with.
I think about like the Naruto like ninja clans. I know you guys haven't watched it, I don't think, but there was a sound
I've never
one,
seen Naruto now.
And I was like, it should just be a type too, you know? Come on. Yeah, sound is a thing, so it's different.
Sound, anyway. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But to move on, because we won't spend all of this on it. So yeah, I think because I don't know if y'all really gave your clear thoughts on this. I apologize if you did. It's a very exciting day. I'm forgetting a lot. I'm Dory today. I'm so excited. I forget what happened over 2 minutes ago. But so I know I said this, but I want to hear your thoughts. I think that mega evolutions, new mega evolutions are nearly guaranteed. I think new regional forms are possible. I don't think new evolutions are happening because, mega evolutions. Yeah. I think they would just do the new megas. What are y'all thoughts?
No, I agree with that. I think megas make sense. They directly hinted it. I think there's a good chance, 50-50 shot that we get regionals, 50-50. I'd say there's like a 75% chance we get regionals because Legends was so iconic with the Hisuian, like the ancient Hisuian forms.
Yeah.
But then
I feel like there's got to be more than just megas.
I feel like we can't count out the lookalike Pokemon because why would they introduce just literally 4 of them in Paldea? Like that's not enough to be like, we're just gonna make up this feature for nothing. You know what I mean?
They'll come back. They'll become. I think for all intents and purposes, they are essentially a regional form, but they're not a form. Obviously, it's just a different Pokemon.
Maybe for Gen 10 they come back though.
I'm curious if Kalos will be called Kalos because. Then that's another thing if there's regional forms, would they be Kalosian forms or would it be like Hisui where instead of Sonoan Braviary, it's Hisuian Braviary?
So the unknown in the video spelled out something different that was not.
But I think
Lumiose, right?
Ruffled Rowlet said that someone in his chat said it's an anagram of see you because Pikachu's even waving. I think that's all it is. So it was a funny the unknown is Gamble joke.
I get that it's see you, but why is it see you? It doesn't make any sense.
Because Pikachu was telling us see you.
No,
yeah, but didn't it happen before? It happens before.
Yeah, it happens in the very beginning of the trailer. It's a big. So
why would it say see you then instead of after the trailer?
Yeah, I don't think it's
because that was the end. Well, that was the end of the presents. They like to end the trailer with like you've watched the last thing, dark. Instead of saying that moment after our jaws are dropped, Pikachu walk back in. Bye, guys.
Well, here's the thing. I'm actually not. It's not even in the trailer. I'm looking, and it's not even in the trailer.
No, it's not in the trailer. It's in the presents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what he means. That does make sense.
I don't think so.
Can I just say that at that moment, I was like, "It's over. That's it," because it like cuts to black. I literally was like, because he's like,
this is the final video. It's just Pikachu.
It's like, Pikachu comes out with the things, and then it like focuses on the question mark for a long time, and then it just goes black. And I was like, it's over.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's it.
Pikachu just walks out. That's all, folks. And then
if you rewatch it, there's a second there where they do a pause, and I was like, literally, they knew. They got me. Anyway,
they knew. By the way, real quick, so I just want to say I saw your tweets, and the Pokemon TCG mobile game is really cool. I'm
excited for it.
Bro,
I too.
I'm really excited. I'm gonna
out so hard. I did not even. I was just like typing things, and then I looked up, and I'm like, "How is this still on?"
I thought it was so aesthetically pleasing.
It looks so good.
Being able to do the.
And then you can go. And here's the thing: it's gonna stop me from spending money like a gambler. I'm so excited, dude.
Listen, to this moment, I still do not even understand. I didn't rewatch it. I don't understand what it is. I have no. All I was just like, why are they giving so much time to this? It's so awful.
And I think I saw that you can open up 2 free cards a day, or free packs.
don't know. I will say that is I do agree with you, Soul. It's funny. I was really excited about it, and I was kind of proud of the presents because like it was like Pokemon Masters. This is what we're doing.
I was so
Pokemon Go.
happy.
We're doing this, and I was
so
like,
happy.
oh yeah, I like this. And
I was
then,
like, we're getting it.
Well, and then when they did the trailer for the train card thing, I was like, yes, this is cool. And then it was like, now we're gonna cut to this guy while he talks about it, and I was like, well, don't do that. You know,
dude, when they went to him talking and he was talking for so long, it felt like an eternity because I was like, we only have 13 minutes and he's still talking.
Do y'all out of curiosity, do y'all check the presents? Like how long you have left at any point now?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Every 2 minutes, you're like,
myself.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like to do that to myself. So it's funny. We were sitting there and like while the guy's talking, my wife goes, they're not going to reveal anything. And then she like taps her screen. She goes, there's only, and I was like, no, don't tell me.
It's so real. I've done it a few times and it hurts my soul every time.
No.
No.
So I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it, Lumi. Just watch.
Yo,
I kind of lied to myself. I was like, they're going to do it. There's going to be enough time.
Yo,
and there was.
Here's something. This is by Ace Trainer Liam. Hold on. I got my layout here. There's a quote here. I'm assuming this is from the Indigo disc. The BB terrarium is different. Humans have built that to house different ecosystems that close. You wouldn't get that in some random old city. And then the random old city, Lumio City, and in Liam's pointing out the 4 different routes that are outside of Lumio City. And you got swamps, you got this like skate park, you got this like fall, autumn location, and then this like rocky, craggy desert. I'm telling you, man,
these ponds too. There are like these ponds. There's also a topiary garden.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, I think we're gonna be able to go outside the city a little bit. It's still technically Lumio City.
Listen, I agree with you. I don't think that it will be, like we're not gonna be able to go outside of the city, but I do think that there will be undeveloped locations around the city. Does that make sense?
That is
because
that's a good point too. Because like that skate park, the topiary garden, those could very easily be part of Lumio City. Then the that fall route has the Lost Hotel. Perhaps it was a hotel that was once built in Lumio City, which, by the way, that's another cool thing. Will we get to see the Lost Hotel before it was lost?
It's found.
I would like that. But yeah, and then even that power plant route is called the Lumiose Badlands.
Yeah,
that's what its name is in the game.
There's gonna be a lot of history things in it. You know, like Hisui did that. And I think that they'll go on it even more. Just like historically, this is what happened here. You know, stuff like that.
Cool, dude.
When I see the logo, when you just brought up the logo, I just was in disbelief all over again.
I know.
It's a real game, dude. We're gonna wake up
every time.
It's the wildest thing.
One of you said it earlier.
Oh, well, there's the answer to your question, Soul. The official site says Legends Z-A, so it's totally
there's a Z-A.
But they might be doing that.
Z2A, but
they might be doing that so we know it's ZA and not ZA. Like we're not thinking Pokemon Legends ZA.
ZA.
You know?
I mean, I
Pokemon Legends Slice of ZA.
Dude, that's the Unova. That's new. It's New York City. It's pizza.
I can't believe they didn't. Like none of that Unova stuff panned out with like.
Yeah, can we talk about that briefly?
Stupid Empire State Building colors. Why did they do that? I mean, I know it's for the anime. I know, but who's seeing it? They didn't even mention it.
That's true.
Like, we did this for today. Here, nothing.
It's crazy.
They knew what they were doing.
I know the Champions League flew out just for that. I think
there is. Somebody said this, I forget who, somebody somewhere today was like, what if they actually threw in this stuff to people and they, like people that they think would leak it. And like this trickled down to leakers as it is false information. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, dude.
Like that they
purposely
know that there's leakers out there.
I love that.
It's very conspiracy thinking, but you know what I mean? Like,
we'll know in a year.
We're going to Unova.
If there's still no Unova game, that's crazy. I kind of love that.
Because they do that in like Marvel does that, or Star Wars. Like they hide things or try to say something that isn't going to happen. And they put it out there into the world.
Dude, I love that. That means screw everyone, dude. They makes our job fun again.
Throw them off our scent. Tell them it's a BDSP style uniform.
They'll believe it. They'll hate it.
They like turn to the leaker, the like main leaker that works for them. They're like, listen, you're gonna get fired, or you tell your little leaker buddies that it's gonna be Unova.
For the record, for the record, there's a lot of theories that Ku works for the Pokemon Company. I don't think he does, though. I don't think they'd let him use the language he uses. Not fair. Just so we're clear, not Chinese, but like the vulgar language he uses.
Yeah,
I don't think they'd tell him there's anything wrong with speaking Chinese.
Yeah, maybe
he's toned it down.
So we're clear.
Yeah. Oh man,
I don't know. I think it's like what you said, Soul. Every time I think about Legend C, I think I probably broke the world record for how many times I've said "Oh my gosh" today.
I kept saying,
I watched back and be like, "Oh my gosh."
I really wish I saw your reaction because I thought of you instantly. I was just like,
my reaction's up on my clips channel, and I watched it back and I'm like embarrassed. I just kept saying like, "Are you kidding me?" I just kept screaming that.
I was
as long as you
in total disbelief.
That's totally fine, Dusty. At first I thought you said you were being like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "All right, how dare you?"
No, it's like
disbelief.
What?
That's fine.
It's like,
no,
what?
I like that. That's a genuine reaction. That's a genuine reaction.
That's why I said that last night. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I want to freak out at whatever they announce. I don't want it to make sense.
I think that's why I don't like
it.
It didn't make any sense. I think that's why I don't like doing reactions, honestly, is because I don't know how I'll react, and I kind of like, I've seen so many people get a lot, because I did react greatly to this. I know I did.
Sure.
I know that if I was on camera, my family would probably shame me. But
would you start stripping?
But I say all that to say, like, like I've seen people like Game Boy Luke genuinely loves the franchise, and he gets so much hate for his reactions when they're clearly very genuine reactions.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't want to deal with that. So like for me, it's like I'm gonna turn off the cameras. I'm gonna be a Pokemon fan while I'm watching this, not YouTuber.
Yeah, I love watching. I was watching Ron's reaction, and Ron's like a very like stoic guy.
Sarah says you look like you were crying during your reaction.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I saw. So Lumi does this thing where he watches it offline with his wife.
I've gotten close.
It makes me jealous. I'm like, why can't you and me and Soul enjoy that moment together? Why do you have to spend it with your wife?
I'm sure he will in the future. He will in the future. I'm sure it's not. It's just Pokemon Day.
I did for the DLC announcement last year.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
But nothing was like today, bro. Nothing.
I would like
just want to say that I don't remember anything being this crazy. Maybe the Swish DLC, but that's it.
But why the DLC? The DLC's not that exciting. Like,
because it was our first DLC we've ever gotten, and I was just like, I can't believe that this is actually happening.
Legends Arceus. The last freak out was Legends Arceus.
The Legends Arceus was a really big freak out. The DLC, though, I will say, for Sword and Shield, the thing that was so crazy about is, y'all know this about me, I don't play a lot of video games outside Pokemon. The ones I do, I'm like a super casual player of.
Yeah.
And there's not many. But so for Sword and Shield, when they did the little, they pan over and they show you all this Isle of Armor concept art, and then it's like the Isle of Armor. And I was like, dude, that looks so good. And then they started showing more. And so I don't know what's standard for a DLC or not, because I don't play games that have DLC. And so I'm sitting there like, there's more, So
it's something completely unprecedented for Pokemon. They never did something like that before. So it was just like, it was huge. It was huge.
Yeah, it was big. But
when I think of things that were the most shocking, that's one of them.
I know that I did not cry. But I will say, I did tell my wife at one point, I did say, like, when it was starting to sink in that this was real and I was not in fact in a dream, I did tell her I might cry today. And honestly, like, here's the reason. Look, I was 12 years old when X and Y came out. There's your feel old today. But I was in middle school. Middle school is rough. Kids are brutal. I was going through, like, and I'm a 12-year-old, so it's my first time feeling any kind of depression. And X and Y came out and got me through that. So it is a game I have, like, an emotional connection to. I mean, Kalos is my favorite game, and it is most people's least favorite game. So clearly there's some nostalgia bias.
I love that so much, yeah. When you
that's how we older people feel about, like, Gens 1 and 2.
Yeah,
right.
For me, I remember being like I have distinct memories of being like, and this sounds so melodramatic, and it literally, this is a girl I didn't even kiss. It was like we were like in 6th grade. And
Dusty drama.
She happened to break up with me on Valentine's Day. Listen, we didn't even kiss. It was like a 2-week relationship, whatever. But I was sad, okay? And guess what I did the rest of the day? I played Fire Red. The rest of the day.
That's a good thing to do after a breakup.
Need her. I just found a shiny Pidgey.
Wait, right now? Oh, yeah. I was like, are you playing right now?
You at the time.
Yes, no, exactly.
I've been playing X and Y.
Dude, I remember my team. I think I had a Paris and I had a maybe I had I think it was a Bulbasaur. I definitely had a Bulbasaur. I don't know what the other team.
There you go, guys.
All right,
that was your. There's
a couple
Legends Arceus.
Oh, there's a couple.
Sorry, go ahead.
We almost missed a couple super chats. Real quick. We almost missed 2 big juicy ones. One from Brandon Crutchfield, $5. Thank you. So was all the Johto stuff just a nothing burger? Kind of sucks if so, because I was so ready to get some new improved Johto region stuff.
If I may, there's always Johto stuff.
Yeah, Johto stuff.
Seriously, there is.
Dude, at this point, we're just like, it's just all Johto stuff.
My wife and I were talking about this yesterday when, we're talking about what kind of Unova game will it be? Because, that was the only option. But when we were talking about it, I was telling her, there kind of always is Johto stuff. A big Johto contender this time around that people were talking about was the release of the premium collection that has Lugia, Suicune, and Ho-Oh cards. And it came out, last week. So right before Pokemon Day. But you had the Lost Thunder. That was a set in Sun and Moon, I believe, was very focused on Lugia. In Sun and Moon, which, by the way, did not give us Johto remakes or anything.
Okay.
They had a Ho-Oh-focused movie, a Lugia-focused movie, and a Let's Go game that added elements of the Johto games, specifically the main Team Rocket admin from Johto. I always forget his name. I'm so sorry. But he's now a second in command to Giovanni in Let's Go. So there's always Johto stuff. I mean, honestly, they love Johto just about as much as they do Kanto.
So.
And so I think it's kind of like with Kanto where we have to kind of go, Charizard got a form. We don't think, oh, that means Kanto remakes.
Yeah.
We just think they're giving Gen 1 love. That's it with Johto. They just love Johto.
You know why that probably is like that too, is because a lot of them that are working there now grew up with Johto instead of
that's also true.
Like Kanto. Like the main people that made Kanto that are there, they're kind of like being phased out. But the people that grew up with it, people my age that are working there are like,
yeah, that's true.
We love it.
That's true. I mean, look, SoulSilverArt, you named yourself after a character from Johto.
Dude, I need a rebrand.
Exactly.
After this wave, this is what I was waiting for. Kalos remake, Gogoat's gonna shine. I almost changed my name so many times, but once that's up, dude,
you almost did it.
Nope.
Once that's up, I'm gonna be Dusty Scizor or whatever the heck. Yo, we gotta know.
It was funny. My wife went, hey, so if this is set only in Lumio City, are you going to get in trouble for your name? I said, I don't think so. I said, that said, if there's a new area in Lumio City called LumiosePost, I'm cooked.
Yeah, you do. You're done. You're done.
You'll just rebrand. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
SoulSilverArt, because it's like a game.
I feel like I'm Lumi now, so I feel like I would have to change to just LumioPost.
Dude, you just call it Lumi's, I don't know, whatever.
Lumi's Post.
Lumi's Post.
That's good.
Another 10 by R3D. It might just be red.
Thanks, bro.
R3D is red.
And we've been going R3D.
Yeah, anyway, red. Okay. Steampunk. Wait, is this the red? The infamous trainer red?
The red.
The red.
No, I can confirm red is currently super chatting us from Mount Silver.
Oh, dude. I love this. Steampunk theme for Lumio City in 1876. Bell produced this something ghost electric speaker, and if you look at art of Paris in this time period, it looks a lot like the style in the trailer. Interesting. Let me look this up.
I'm so hyped. I know
a steampunk trailer would be pretty good.
Can you imagine a steampunk evolution of a Pokemon? Come on.
That'd be insane.
Mega Kling Clang?
No, God, please, no, not that.
Dude,
anything
honestly,
but that.
We could see that.
Your Kling Clangs happening,
What's funny is I just saw that one fake leak picture of it where it's like a million Kling Clangs into this one giant monster thing. I hate that.
I would unironically love a Mega Metal.
Yeah. It is
that would
mythical.
be cool. Mega Magearna?
You know, I like a lot of those Pokemon. For the record,
yeah, someone said that earlier.
While Magearna is a Gen 8 Pokemon, it debuted in a Gen 7 Pokemon. Excuse me.
You're tired. I can tell.
Movie.
You never get facts wrong, and you're just like
he's
slipping
been going
on the
all
facts.
day.
And I know you know the right answer.
No, it was the emotions today, man. I'm done with the presents, and I'm super excited. And then I tell I tell my wife that like, no, my stomach hurts now. And so she's like, yeah, because you haven't etten.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
true. I haven't eaten all day.
We go eat. And then I'm like, I feel a lot better now, but I'm really sleepy now. I'm essentially a child today. Like I probably need to nap after this. I don't know.
Dude, Red was saying that like old speaker in relation to our conversation about the sound type.
Do you have a picture of it? Can you like show us on your screen? Switch the little layout.
I apologize if that's too much trouble.
No.
The adrenaline, like. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
the adrenaline.
I constantly
I feel hot in the face.
Yeah,
me too.
I'm shaking because I have adrenaline.
It's ZA Legend ZA got announced today.
Dude, ZA. How? All right, here's the
rest of this podcast is going to be us just saying this over and over,
and over again. We'll take turns.
How is it possible?
Here's the other thing. I've seen this a couple times. Damian Victini just tagged me or us in this. Oh yeah, he said he's watching the podcast right now. What's up?
Oh hey.
And this is the ultimate weapon. This is AZ's ultimate weapon.
I'm posting this later on today.
And guess what this looks like?
BA.
It is that. Like it is literally that.
It's literally that. So okay, I'm gonna big prediction of the plot essentially. With the industrialization of Lumiose, we're gonna find out all the goodwill that we're doing to build up the town. The technology is actually being siphoned by the evil team, and we're being used for evil to launch the ultimate weapon in some capacity. And basically, Zygarde is going to awaken into in a new form, maybe a Mega, maybe Mega Zygarde Z, whatever. That's probably what it's gonna be called. And
I think it's gonna get a new form, man. It's like 9 forms.
That's true. That's true. It just needs its like base form, and then it's gonna be that we team up with that against, or maybe Soul. You mentioned that there's gonna be there could be like a new Pokemon, and maybe that new legendary Pokemon could be what's fueling the original this weapon of some sort.
Just think that weapon,
like this is being fueled by a legendary Pokemon, and basically we get rid of that Pokemon, but then Team Flare in modern day X and Y, that's why Team Flare needs either Xerneas or Yveltal to fuel this weapon in a different way.
Doesn't Xerneas and Yveltal, like, aren't they critical to this weapon?
Yeah,
I need to play X and Y again.
They get used.
They're used
fuel
to
the
power
weapon.
It.
Right. Mm-hmm. So they are definitely playing a part in this. That's what that tells me. Like they're a part of this.
For sure. Again, you have to think with Legends Arceus, that game was more about Dialga and Palkia than Arceus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Arceus was just important. I think kind of like, okay, so like the first Avengers movie, Phil Coulson is not a main character, but he's an important part of the movie. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I think.
I don't know what you mean.
Zygarde may not be the main character.
We need a fourth member who understands Marvel.
I do.
Well, you know what? Y'all been referencing GTA and all this stuff, so
no, I know exactly who Phil Coulson is.
Soul knows. I'm saying Dusty doesn't, and he can live with that.
But anyways,
on your Marvel game, it's so good.
This is so cool.
Look at it used to be so good. Yeah, I think if you look at the logo, since you know how Zygarde Z has like the hexagons in it?
Yes.
The A has a different shape in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like a circular tree looking thing.
I think Lord, that's going to be the legendary.
Grass type.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if another grass type?
It looks like branches. I could see that being tied to Xerneas.
Yeah, but it's not going to be just
No, but
Xerneas.
Zygarde is the Idrisil like world tree thing. It is going to probably tie into Norse.
Yeah. Hoops did a video.
By the way,
Norway Gen 10.
Confirmed. Hoops did a video, and maybe if you guys have seen the video, but he made a fourth legendary to tie in with Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde, and I think it was based on a squirrel, based on that same Norse mythology. You guys can correct me in the comments if I don't know what I'm talking about. But
something else I need to write down.
This was who?
Hoops and Hip Hop. It should be like adding. It'll be a video like adding a new legendary.
Adding like a new thing to a trio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it was
some of his videos. Like I've seen his like giving an evolution to 3 stages or whatever, those types of videos.
Guys, we're falling behind on all these super chats. I love all of you guys. Well, you guys looked that up. Gendy, $5. Appreciate you, man. Will the city's development be up to our choosing / open world, or will it have a strict plot order like Pokemon Legends Arceus? I would think the development. Oh, are you showing? Hold on.
No,
oh going, no, dude. Mega cling.
Totally.
No way, dude.
He's here.
We're probably gonna get that. So I think each of the. Let me pull it up on screen. If this is the layout of If this is the layout of Lumiose City, right? And that we're gonna be. I think there's gonna be 5 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think those will open up slowly based on the missions we do. But I think at some point, once those are all opened, we can kind of build out. Again, I'm kind of going off the idea that that our actions are we're going to be basically crafting certain locations and helping build the construction of Lumiose City, right? Because think about it, isn't that the best part of Legends Arceus, where or the little details of Legends Arceus where you give someone a wormhole, and the wormhole is part of. Evolves. It's it evolves, and you see it there forever, and it can be a shiny.
That was in Sword and Shield too.
Was it?
Yeah, there's at the first gym, there's a girl with a blip bug, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna cheer you on." And then at the 4th gym, she's standing there and she has a Doddler, and then when you get to the league, she has an Orbeetle.
I didn't even know that.
Your point still stands though, that it we can affect the future because.
I was agreeing. I was just saying they like.
Yeah, I had no idea. So, yeah, let's give Sword and Shield some credit. By the way, I was playing Sword and Shield. I opened it up to do some trades with my buddy. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I love the cell shading.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. But my first inclination was, oh, cool. Let me hop on Koraidon. And then I said, oh, I can't do that. And then I said, okay, well, let me just.
You got the dumb bike thing.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let me go over this hill.
There, didn't you?
Oh no, I can't go over the hill. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go over here and I'll jump down this. And I said, oh, I can't
can't do that.
Down this. And then I realized
it was
open world gallery though would be great.
It was an older game.
Maybe that'll be the next Legends we get. Who is to say?
Yeah, right.
You know, when you play a Gen 5 game, you can't jump and do all that either. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
It's just
dude, and then Kyle McKenna, no way, gifted 5 Hidden Power Podcast memberships.
Dude,
Kyle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Wow,
that's
rock,
awesome.
Man.
The gift, I love the gifting feature. That is so cool. I'll have to check in on our analytics to see who just got added. Oh no, it says it right here. Dude, Mazar got gifted. I see you all the time in my you were in the stream this morning. Sora Sun got gifted a member by Kyle McKenna. Who else? Awesome Frame. We got Joe Yoshi. Look at these are all the lurkers. I see you lurkers. And then Colby.
Welcome.
Colby got gifted. Dude, Kyle, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
But Sarah just said that she thinks it'll be conservation, like nature versus technology, because you have Z as the Zygarde that represents nature because he's all about balance to the ecosystem and all, and then the A being the ultimate weapons technology.
Ooh,
yeah.
I
mean,
that.
Pokemon does do
they
those
like that.
themes
Yeah,
often,
they like those themes.
Yeah,
I love that.
Does make sense.
Is Sarah watching right now?
Yeah,
apparently.
Is this the stream that she hops on to?
Yeah, she's in the stream. She's over there watching.
Oh
it.
No, she was on the stream. She was at the other room. At the holiday stream.
Yeah, she came on the holiday one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she even would come on this one, even if I asked her, because she said, well, I didn't do my hair today. So I was like, all right, well.
I get it.
Do you guys want to take over the conversation? I'm just gonna I'll be right back.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. I'll be right back, guys.
But yeah, I'm gonna read some comments while he's gone. When we get a new movie, I will say I actually was kind of surprised that with all the Horizon stuff, I kind of thought they would announce a new movie today. And there is still hinted at a M-related mythical or an M-related Pokemon. So that but maybe he meant mythical related, not movie. I don't know. Do you think we're getting a movie?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think that he had anything solid on it either. Like, it's just been a rumor going around that there's going to be a movie because it's just kind of time, you know? It's like, are they ever going to do one for Horizons?
It is time, but I would be fine if there's never a Pokemon movie again because I'm gonna be frank. I haven't really liked them since Hoenn.
Did you just watch all of them?
Decline. I've seen all of them.
Yeah, but didn't you just do like a thing where you watched a bunch of them?
I did a thing where I'm still doing it. I'm watching through the series from start to beginning, and I am watching the movies as well when they fall chronologically. So like right now, I just finished Ash's gym battle against Norman. So the last movie I watched was Jirachi Wishmaker, and the movies hit so much differently, Gen 3, 2, and 1 than they do now.
Yeah.
4 was good too, but there's just a gradual decline in 4, and then by the time you get to Kalos, they're genuinely. I saw JPR. Shout out to JPR. He posted like a week or two ago that he has rewatched it and is convinced that the Hoopa movie is not only the worst Pokemon movie, but possibly the worst movie ever made ever. So
I've never watched it. I stopped it at the movie 2000. That was it. I never even saw the Entei one.
Wow. The Entei one's so good. You should watch the Entei one.
That's kind of when I stopped the anime period. Like then I watched a lot of Sun and Moon's anime and then some of Journeys and some of Horizons now. That's about it.
I did have someone ask this earlier, but someone else brought it up. So we talked a little bit about how we think like they'll probably incorporate some of the Oris Megas too, right? At least some of them.
Oh, I think so.
But the question is, what about Megalodios, Mega Rayquaza, and then the Primals? Would they? I don't think they would do the Primals and Mega Rayquaza.
Ooh, the Primals are really interesting. I don't know. Just the Primals, Mega Rayquaza maybe. But I feel like every single Mega will be in this. I don't know why. They wouldn't go back to it, especially if they don't go back to it again after this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that they would leave them out. Even the Primals. Because the Primals are Megas. They're just different. That's like a Hoopa.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same kind of mechanic in its basis. I do think, though, like, if they do the Primals, how am I going to find a Kyogre in Lumiose City? You're
not wrong. That's what a lot of people are saying about it. They're saying that about just, like, other Pokemon, too.
Right.
What is his name? Barbarical. You're gonna find a Barbarical in this city.
Well, I think that would be like the biomes thing. Like, I think you can explain that with like the coastal biome. Like, if they do like a little coastal area biome, you can have. But like, if they turn one of the plazas into an ocean biome, Kyogre's not showing up in that plaza. You know what I mean? Like,
Kyogre can kind of fly too, can it? Like, you see it in the sky all the time. Sky whale. I don't know. I really.
I want that image now. Like, we just have Kyogre flying and just land in the pond.
It's funny because I realized what I said after it, and I was just like, "That was so dumb."
Someone said maybe Hoopa, and that I guess would explain if Hoopa just drops Kyogre into a plaza.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Or even if Snacksworth shows up and is like, "Here's a lunchbox. There's a Kyogre down there at the cafe." You know?
Yo, what's up?
That was so dumb, by the way. That was my least favorite thing ever. Oh, I was just walking about and I had a peanut butter and jelly on it. Turns out, Entei loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We're talking about Snacksworth.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Because we're saying, someone asked, how would they do the Primals and would they include the Primals and like the Mega Rayquaza, Megalodios? And so, like, how would Kyogre show up if it's just in Lumiose City? How would Kyogre appear?
It'd be Hoopa.
City? That's what they said.
That's what I said too. Yeah.
Hoopa
makes the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It's the only thing that makes sense.
And it's this new Pokemon. What if there's a new Pokemon that does all this stuff? Because I'm saying, there has to be a reason for all of this to happen, for everything to happen, for the person to be brought in.
Well, Sarah said that's where the conflict would come in too. Like you have someone dropped a house on top of where a Barbarical lived. You know, like, because you'll have those like human wildlife conflicts, and that could be how they appear.
This team has definitely had these conversations. Like, they probably sat in a room sat in a room around a table and we're like, well, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? I think that there might be like a sky zone. Do you know what I'm saying though? Like the
like Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Latios and Latios. Another feature of Omega
could easily
Ruby.
be in the sky.
And you hop on them and then you
them from the top of Prism Tower.
You can fly around.
Another
that
Tears
could totally,
Kingdom
dude.
reference.
Yeah, fly.
It's Tears of the Kingdom.
Sky battles.
Literally, I was thinking, when you said a sky area, I was
sky
like,
battles come back.
So it is. It is Tears of the Kingdom.
It's Tears of the Kingdom.
That's insane.
They literally they saw Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and they went, "Ooh, take notes. We're gonna do this with Pokemon." And then they released a sequel, and they were like, "Take notes. We're gonna do this with Pokemon."
This is a good meme, and I'm going to write it down. So
this is a great meme. I love this. And then it was funny too, because right when they released that, they also had Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and it looked really similar to the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah, they should have done that though.
Dude, Trash Panda says sewage form Kyogre.
Yes, that would unironically be really cool.
That'd be so cool, actually. Though I'm down.
That would be really cool.
Like imagine it's just like it lives
poison
in the
water Kyogre.
Yeah, it's like a monster Kyogre.
That would be
I like that idea though.
I do really
I do want to say I saw somebody said Mega Mewtwo Z. I know it's random, but in the chat, I was just thinking about earlier when we were looking at the logo, and now that we know it's confirmed a dash Z.
Yeah.
Aren't megas when it's like X or Y? Isn't it dash X or dash Y? Or am I misremembering?
I'm gonna look it up.
I think I'll look it up, but I think you're right.
If it is dash, then I could just say that it's confirmed that we're gonna get the new megas that we get are gonna be dash Z.
On the official Pokemon website, it's just an X, just a Y, not no dash.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just how we write it a lot of times.
Honestly, though, the IT might be. Is the Charizard IT X?
No, I don't.
And the Charizard no, they also no dash. Yeah.
Well,
that's so cool though.
Dead Theory. I needed to check it out though.
That was a really good thought. I would agree with that. Like if you were right, there would be Z megas and A megas.
Oh, I had one more thing too that you made me think of because I wanted to be like, oh, your theory might come back, and that is that since this is about the ultimate weapon and this is in Gen 9, I instantly was like, maybe Lumi's and Birdkeeper Toby's theory about like them not creating the crater, obviously, because we know how the crater in Paldea was created now.
Yeah.
But
them turning it into a terrestrial and an infinity energy like zone.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that maybe the war was between the two of them. Because like, do you think we're gonna get any war of Kalos here?
Yeah.
Because no shot they don't reference it. No shot they don't reference it. That's so important. That would be like doing Sinnoh and not referencing the space-time stuff, but they of course did. And Xerneas and Yveltal, they represent that, right? The ultimate weapon represents that. If the ultimate weapon's involved, they're going to mention the war because the ultimate weapon's literally from the war.
Bro, Lutu's in here. I see you, Lutu, say that.
Lutu, hey!
Listen,
we're getting a Lola remix.
It might still happen. It might still happen, bro. You were on it too, and I will say you were right about them announcing Team B's game, and I was super hopeful. I was happy. I was very happy that you were right about it.
I don't even see them in here. How'd you see?
No, there might be another Unova game might still be coming. I'll die on the hill personally. I'll take the L if it doesn't come. I just trust the people that said it, so it's tough.
Look, hey, I'm down. I need something to get me through to 2025. It was so funny, dude. I've been so excited for this year. Like, we have so many cool plans, me and my wife.
Yeah.
But when we got this announcement, I literally looked at her. I was like, all right, 2024 sucks. Let's just go ahead and get to 2025.
Yeah, but then that's a whole year, man. That's a whole year.
It is. I know, and I hate that. It's going to be at least 11 months until we see this game.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Bogey White dropping a $2 donation for no reason, but we love you.
Thank you.
To go back to the theory though so the war happened 3,000 years ago though, right? Is that what it was? 3,000?
Correct. Yes. 3,000.
So,
at least for X and Y.
We're not going to see the actual war take place. It's just like you said, it would be mentioned.
Oh yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, it's not that far
I think
back.
of it like
no, because it's not that far back.
War, so typically, war is a driver of technological innovation, right? That's like something that happens, sad reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then So I think
nuclear bomb unfortunately happened because of the war.
Let's not. Yeah, absolutely.
Nuclear energy though is where I'm going with that.
Yeah, totally. But even stuff like just like I guess that is weaponry. That's the most extreme weaponry. But which honestly would tie in with the great
a
weapon.
lot of like
but I'm thinking of the
innovation
development
because of World War One.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking of the development of Lumiose City being tied to that. Yo, Kingly Majesty, welcome. You are now a legendary member.
Oh, what's up?
Of our your YouTube channel member. Love it, dude. Thank you. Welcome.
Sweet. But yeah, it's
kind
of weird.
Support on this video. This is making me feel so good. I love that you guys are all here. We're just hanging out,
there
dude.
for a second, just like
Sorry, yeah. I'm just screaming.
It's awesome.
I'm screaming over Soul, but I'm just so excited.
Don't worry about it. No, I'm just thinking because in the back of my mind, when I think about the logo and it being like the ultimate weapon, and you're just like, well, that happened 3,000 years ago, though. So we're not revisiting that specific time. So how is that going to tie into this time? Because it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Xerneas and Yveltal, they literally represent life and death. So I feel like they're not going to touch on Kalos without touching on it somehow. At the very least, we will have an NPC that mentions. The cool thing is that's also really nice because that might also give us a time frame of when this is. Like if you have an NPC say, that 2,500 years ago there was this war. You now know this is 500 years before the events of X and Y. So that could also be really nice if they give us, an NPC that just mentions the war. And then another thing too, if it's ZA, if that is referencing AZ's like whole origin story is a tragedy from the war,
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm thinking though. Like I feel like he's gonna be in this game, but how, But
well,
he
the interesting thing too
is
would Eternal Flower Floette be in it?
Yeah, it's
because
be,
Eternal Flower Floette. But
it happened 3,000 years ago.
Well, the thing is though, it was resurrected in from the Ultimate Weapon 3,000 years ago. But then it left. It fled because it didn't want to be near AZ, and he doesn't obtain it again until the end of X and Y. So they're not going to do anything with Floette and him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they let you get the Eternal Flower Floette, and it's like a thing of it was with this trainer until this trainer. Let's face it, he's not going to live 200 years.
Yeah.
When this trainer died, it was wild once again and went back to AZ.
Or maybe there's more than one though too. Like maybe there's just more.
Yeah, maybe you do
AZ
discover,
Floettes, and they have not that name. They have like a specific name.
Do we think
it's
there's a connection?
Eternal Flower is the specific name.
Oh, we got our super chat by Celine Dijon. That's a cool name. Do we think it could be two games, Legend Z and A? At the end of the trailer, it says releasing simultaneously.
I don't think so. It said releasing simultaneously worldwide.
Yeah.
So it was just.
But we do think it's gonna be one game, though, right?
Yeah.
I read that and I thought maybe, but I do think it's very much more likely that it's just one game.
What if
I feel like because that's not a surprise. I feel like
it's
they would
weird
say
that they put
Pokemon
like
Legends
Z.
Yeah.
Pokemon Legends A.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact that they haven't said that is because that's not a cool surprise. It's not like later if they're like, "Oh, we got you. It's two games." It's not like it'd be like, "What?"
Yo, Red says this is something that I was thinking about. Z to A. This is by Red. Z to A. It is like saying A to Z but backwards. AZ is like saying like everything in between. Yeah. So would Z to A indicate some sort of backwards time travel? I was thinking the same thing, right? It's like
we're getting aliens.
Time.
Well, if you get isekai'd, you're backwards time traveling to it, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. But what is causing that? I guess it would be Hoopa.
Could be Hoopa.
Or
I don't think we can. I think there's going to be something new because
honestly,
chalk it all up to Hoopa. But
take Jake's thing about ZA Zygarde Arceus, maybe Arceus does send us back, but he's not really involved in the story. It's just like there's a conflict. We need you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He's like,
we got a new member.
There's a Marvel reference for that. Is that like
we
Iron
did get
Man?
a new member.
Doctor,
exactly right.
Who's the guy in the wheelchair? Is he in Marvel?
Charles Xavier. Yeah, he's
Xavier.
No, who's the one that they call him up? They're like, "You're coming with." Oh no, Samuel L. Jackson with the eye patch. He's like, "You're coming with us, Bucko. We got a mission for you."
He's trying so hard to make Marvel references.
That's someone, right? He's like Yoda.
Okay.
He's like Yoda.
Nick Fury. Nick Fury.
Yeah, Nick Fury. I mean,
Fury. We got
back to Star Wars somehow.
Pretty good, guys.
Listless Steven became a box legendary member. Thank you so much, Listless Steven.
Thanks so
guys,
much.
We got so many more people. And here's the thing: if you become a member, you get discounted merch.
Is it 7?
You get access to our whole archive of private episodes. You get access to our Discord. Check this out. Right as I'm giving the plug, Zerbim also became a box legendary member. Welcome.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, man.
This is huge. This is great. There's all sorts of perks. You can also support on Patreon if you prefer that. But yeah.
Can we real quickly just shout out our big patrons of the month
as well? Let's do it.
So we don't forget about it. You know, I don't want to forget at the end of the podcast. So we want to give a shout out to our mythical tier supporters. We've got SEH Art Gold, Jasco, Bramtastic's actually an Arceus tier, Trash Panda, Rhinestole, and Case Con. And then a special shout out to our Arceus tier members, which is Bramtastic and Drogain.
Love it.
Y'all the realest.
Yeah, this has been huge. The best thing about this is that you guys show up to these live streams and we can all hang out, right? I love it so much.
I love Noify, what he just said.
Yeah.
That wasn't a curveball, bro. That was like,
that
was a curveball. Instead of throwing a ball at us, they hit us with a rocket launcher.
They threw the bat at us. I'm shocked. I'm still shocked. Man.
That was, I'll probably wake up tomorrow and be like, oh my God, Pokemon Legends. Like that's how I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
That's so true. I actually still have a memory. It's so distinct in my mind. The first day I got Pokemon Pearl, I remember waking up, like I used to have like a little like shelf behind like where my pillows were on my bed. It was kind of like a shelf for my bed frame or whatever, and I'd have my games in there. And I remember waking up one morning, and I'm waking up, it's like 7 o'clock, whatever year that is, 2009, whatever. And I pick up the game case, and it's holographic because that's how it was. It had like little crystally holographics, and just like in disbelief that I have that thing in my hand. It's so crazy. That's how I'm gonna feel tomorrow. That's exactly how I'm gonna feel tomorrow.
Sarah, if you're still watching this, we're going to do the midnight release for this. Just so you're aware, we don't normally do that.
We gotta make some
we're
content
absolutely
for
doing
this.
the midnight release.
Here, I'm gonna plan the. Yeah, what do we do for that? Hidden Power has never live streamed a game. I guess we don't do that. We do the discussions.
Yeah.
No, and the first will be new Pokemon Snap.
Dude,
we only live stream old games.
We should live stream.
We should do these. It'd be fun.
How much longer do you guys go for?
I'm ashamed that we did not do like any Blueberry Academy run around the terrarium kind of stuff. We should have.
Well, it was the holidays, dude.
We could have raced on Pokemon, like we could have done the Synchro Machine and raced.
True. It's
true. I definitely
I really need BP. I haven't done that at all.
Yeah, well, we should do that in the Discord because there's tons of people who want to do that.
I know, Soul. You gotta just make friends, man. You gotta reach out.
I know when you say that, that's like saying I have no way to evolve Graveler, and I'm like,
I know.
Just trade with someone.
Trade it.
That's how you get it. You're like, it's.
Do you know how I did it? I did trade with someone. I just put one in the GTS or whatever it's called on Pokemon Home, and then I got it that way. I just was like, here's a Pokemon, and they traded me it, and that's it.
Oh my gosh, y'all realize the return of Pokemon Legends means potentially the return of the best item ever made, the link cable.
That's true.
Is it linking cord?
It's the linking.
I think it's the linking cord. I think because I remember I was always like, it should have been link cable.
Bad. The linking cord.
Pokemon is the master of having something so obvious and then not going with it.
Well, we have to make it a little bit different so it's not, so it's not... Right
the linking cord. Yeah, it is the linking cord. But we get the linking cord back, hopefully, maybe, please.
Soul, do you have I'm going to pull up your Twitter because I know you've been just been tweeting out random stuff. Probably stuff that we haven't even talked about yet.
When I scroll through, I think we talked about mostly everything, but when I scroll through Twitter right now, it's just there's so many ideas. It's crazy. I've written down like a whole list of things.
My brain was broken this morning.
Yeah. Mine was too. Like I was sitting there telling Sarah, I have to make a video on this, but I can't get out a comprehensive thought. I wanted to, but I just couldn't get out like a thought beyond holy cow, they did it.
Yeah.
And I know that's not good entertainment.
Yo, this is crazy right here, and I don't even know. Hold on, where is this?
I did do a video, so y'all go watch it.
Yeah, I did watch it. It's a good video.
I wanted to post this too. This is like just what we were talking about.
Yeah, Bromo Jumbo is a great artist.
He's in the chat,
but I do feel like he will troll sometimes, and the all caps is making me think he's trolling theorists. But this actually is what that is.
I don't think so. I think this is legit.
So he writes the z-axis goes up and down, which means it is entirely set in Lumiose. If it is entirely set in Lumiose, we can likely travel underneath the city and into the catacombs, as well as,
for the record,
as well as we can go above the city as well.
In the sky. That's what we were talking about.
Tears of the Kingdom. I do think too, if they, the catacombs are terrifying, and they're not gonna do exactly what the catacombs are, but it would be really good to tie them into the Lumiose Ghost Girl. Dude, they really are terrifying. Have you seen them, Soul?
No, I've never looked at it.
They're walls made out of human skulls.
Can I even show this?
Yeah. See?
That's crazy.
I've been in a church that's like that, actually.
What?
In Italy?
Yeah, they have a specific, I don't know what it was, but it was a chapel, and it's like all the bones of these saints and stuff, and they're just all skulls.
Jeez, dude, that's crazy, insane, dude. I love this.
It was crazy to go in. I was like, whoa.
I saw a dead body. Hey, for the record, Pokemon, the very first games, they on the TV is the movie Stand By Me, which is a movie about 4 kids going off to see a dead body.
Facts.
Never seen that. But yeah,
Stephen King.
Yo, you guys, just want to let you guys know, you can also buy T-shirts. We made a bunch of T-shirts for Pokemon ports. But guess what we didn't do? We didn't make a T-shirt for X and Y. So I gotta make a T-shirt for X and Y, and then I'll probably.
Did you do the Gen 5 ones?
I did the Gen 5 ones. I did the Gen 4.
Dude,
Gens 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Plan. He was like, and on Pokemon Day, I'm gonna release the Gen 5 ones.
I literally have on Lumiose Tower. I think it goes up in 2 hours, which is my battle channel. I literally have a battle that I did with, shout out to Jordan Pollock. I battled him. He's a subscriber and all. He on here as well, him power. We battled using all Unova Pokemon because I told him 2 weeks back. I'm like, it's totally a Unova game, so let's battle. And I literally say in the video, I was like, question of the day, let me know what you think of the new Unova game. I'm assuming it's a Unova game, but honestly, if it's not, this is gonna go up anyways. So
yeah, that's real.
And I'm like I could take it down. It's not up yet, but I'm like, nah, it's going up.
This isn't off topic or anything, but Nixigram in the chat, that is the one I went to in Milan. Just so you know. But anyway, yes, I
found the one. Why did you know the one Nixigram?
Because I think that's the only one there. Oh. But he's probably from there.
Well, that's good.
Or she, whoever it is. The whole Unova thing. I had tweets planned as well, just things from Unova, you come out, but. Yeah,
just mute them or whatever, pause them.
No, I just put them on the back burner, bro, because I think.
They might be relevant in May.
Dude, I believe it. I'm a believer still.
So here's the issue that we run into with this as well is, I am assuming, but I could easily be wrong, that if they announce in May or June, is that if there's Unova games in November, do you think that's when they announce them, May or June?
Yeah.
I'm thinking around then because they typically. I
think earlier, bro.
You think earlier?
April,
okay.
April and May.
Well, either way,
it's still. It feels so. Hold your thought, because I don't want you to lose it. But
yeah,
it feels so not attached to this Legends game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It feels like they got to split it up somehow. Do you know what I mean? If it comes out like that, it would just be weird. It feels out of place. So that's the one thing that's holding me back from being they didn't cut it, or
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. It's like what I said earlier. It made sense to do that with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends because those games were directly tied to each other, and so they were kind of cross promoting each other by releasing them both at the same time. But it would be really weird if you cross promoted Unova and Legends ZA, because those are totally unrelated. It just hit me again. Holy crap, that's a real thing, Legends ZA. But
they kind of are related though. There actually are a lot of similarities.
Okay, yeah, but not.
There's literally giant statues of there's statues of
sure, but you know what I mean. Little
it's so random
Easter eggs,
though. It's literally one after another.
Not the same as a connection.
Yeah,
Easter
but they are
not the same as connection. This was literally 2 games that the story revolved heavily around Sinnoh characters in the Sinnoh region and had Sinnoh legendaries at the forefront of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it is totally different. You added a Diamond and Pearl were the games, Diamond and Pearl Clan were the two clans. It's totally way more tied. So it made sense to cross promote them. But these games, it doesn't make sense to cross promote them. So they're just letting them have their own two marketing cycles.
Yeah.
But where I was going with that was, if they announce it, whether it's April, May, or June, I would think, but could be wrong, that they would announce it in a presents. And the issue that they're going to run into if they do that is, if they announce a presents, everyone is going to expect, because most people are not expecting Unova games now. So most people are going to expect Legend ZA information. So I would hope.
I mean, I think they will
get Legend ZA information.
I think they still will. Like, even if it's just a mention, even if it's just like, and we're still working on this.
It might be the release date as well. We got the Legends Arceus release date in May.
Yeah. It depends how late it is, I'd say. Because I do think, I agree with you. I think that we will get a hype cycle for this game. I just
want to know when that is.
I cannot see it being later than next February. I can't see it, because I don't see why they would announce it now. But
but if it's in March, it wouldn't make sense to announce it on Pokemon Day. But I would announce it in the August presents, assuming there's an August presents, because there typically is. So I'm with you. I think I'm leaning towards January or February. My wife and I actually have a bet right now, because she thinks it's going to be later than April. She thinks it's next year's game. I'm like, there's no shot it's next year's game.
It's not. I wouldn't say no shot. I wouldn't say no shot, because
let me clarify. It might be next year's only game. I don't think it'll be in November. She thinks it'll be in November next year.
I don't know, man.
I was gonna say earlier with the whole Gen 5 remake. If there is a Gen 5 remake, I know that there was one. If it comes out,
if it still happens,
I think that pushes back this. It could push it. Like, just think about, it can hold us over a little longer. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, I want it. I was excited. I was excited for a Unova game. I mean, this is so much better. This is so much better. But I really, last night I was telling my wife, I'm going to get Snivy. I'm going to use a Gigalith. I still want it.
When we were talking about posts for today, I was like, I can finally use Gigalith again, because I really wanted to use Gigalith, but that didn't happen. So, I think that if that game comes out this year, that's already just something to hold us over if they wanted to do Legends ZA in September of 2025. You know what I'm saying? It kind of holds us over a little bit. It's that's the game for
them.
I don't know.
If it's releasing September of 2025, I just really feel like they would even still announce that in February of next year. I don't see why, if it's beyond March of next year, I do not see why they would announce it now.
Yeah,
I agree, because what are they really gonna announce on 2025 Pokemon?
And not only did they announce it, they did give us a trailer for it. There was work put into the announcement. It wasn't just I feel like, if anything, it'd be a casual, by the way, we know that you love the Pokemon Legends Arceus games. We are working on a sequel. That's it. If it's that far.
Unless they give us nothing, we see nothing of
that's
Pokemon Legends ZA from now until next Pokemon Day. You know what I'm saying? We get nothing from now until next Pokemon Day.
They can't do that, though.
And then on next Pokemon Day, they give us a proper trailer. It's this is coming out in October of this year, 2025.
That would be horrible, man. I would rather they not have announced that now then.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of agree.
If they don't announce another game, if they're going to if they're going to release a faithful remake for Gen 5 and they don't release some sort of trailer for it in the next 3 months, I think it's not happening, and I think we got a long time to wait.
I would give it
because
till
the
June.
Sequence, if they wait too long and we're hyped for this game, right? And they're still not. I don't know. I think the sequence of the trailers could get very confusing.
I would give it till June because the only games in recent years that we've had that were not announced on Pokemon Day were Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They were announced in May, and then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were announced in June. Yeah. So I think it could get announced as late as June.
That's wild.
I would even
hit July 1st. We hit July 1st.
I would even say July. I'm just saying.
You still would? Okay.
Yeah, because they do direct.
Personally, when I hit July, I'd be like,
They do presents in July, too. So I think it's
They
possible.
don't usually there's a Nintendo Direct.
And they might want to wait. They might want to wait and keep the distance, but like have enough padding between the announcement now and the buzz from now. And then if they announce a new game in like the summer, that's like a whole new hype cycle that they just created.
Yeah.
Right?
For the record,
to buy us over. And then by Pokemon Day next year, they're like, it's coming.
That might be another thing too. Maybe the reason that they didn't reveal it today is they kind of know the same thing that happened to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl might happen to it. Like if they reveal that and then they reveal Legends ZA, not a single person's going to be talking about the black and white remakes. But if you wait till later where we've calmed down from this high of, oh my gosh, we're getting a Pokemon Legends ZA, well then there will be some hype around, oh, we're getting, Deep Black and Vast White,
Guys, I'm telling you, like I told you earlier, like transparent, like I'm so confident that there was one. Like I'm telling you, 3 different people told me this, and I trust at least 2 of them like super hardcore. And even you saw what Pyoro said.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Pyoro said he heard it last year. Yeah,
that's the same kind of information that I heard, and I don't think that it was false. I don't think that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I see the issue with Ku is I don't know if he was really hinting at it now or not, because he's Ku. He speaks in riddles, and he even admitted today. He said like trolling and teasing are 2 sides of the same coin. Like he admitted, I knew what I was doing and he's done it before. Like when he uses Unova Pokemon to say the project name is Intimidate,
Is that
like
what is that what he's actually saying? Intimidate.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So the Kalos game is Intimidate?
No.
Legends ZA, its code name is Intimidate. He used Cursula because Coral was the code name of
and then you have Dolphin,
Oris, then Dolphin, and then now Intimidate.
Okay.
But so I do wonder now. I do kind of go, was he ever really hinting at Unova remakes? Also, has anybody figured out what the 8 was?
No, and if he
Gen
doesn't
8.
reveal it. If he doesn't reveal it, then it might have been a hint for something that's coming later on, because he leaves some for a long time.
I don't know, man. This whole thing's making me really not want to trust certain things. Like
some people don't trust.
I think the way I would approach is this is kind of how I'll probably handle things like from Ku now is there are a lot of other people like Necro Felipe. He has proven he has access to some inside stuff. He has also proven it's not always accurate.
Do you think so? I feel like every time he posts something, no offense to him, but every time it's wrong.
He's gotten some dates right. He's gotten some dates right before.
All right. But
maybe he was a bad example. There's probably better examples. He was the first that popped in my head.
This is how I look at it. When we get around to like what forms are gonna be in Legends ZA, and Ku's like puts out an image of all the Pokemon forms, you know what I'm saying? And he knows exactly which form is coming, then people will be like, oh, he does know all this stuff.
Well, I hope that's true, because it's
Ku, if you're listening, please do another Legends collage.
Yeah,
the little collage he did. Oh, that was so good. Yeah. I love that so much. That was such a good time to be a Pokemon fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There was something else I was gonna say about the whole like hype cycle thing. I know we've been going a long time.
I'm in no rush. Get the rest of the day.
No, it's just like your brain starts to get a little fried,
foggy,
a little. Yeah, especially after.
How's everyone doing in the chat?
Emotion.
If you're still watching, hit the like button.
He said Ilka was out long before, so like he's kind of saying like Ilka was never gonna happen.
I mean, if I'll be completely transparent with you guys again, Ilka's not doing it.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear.
They're not like. It's been that.
Oh, and he said the 8 was A and Z. It was him spelling A and Z. Not gonna lie.
No, I think he was joking. I don't think that was a thing. He said, "Would you believe me if I said it's A and Z?" Because it doesn't really look like A. I don't know if that adds up to A and Z unless somehow there's some way. He didn't explain how it would.
Then someone asked, "Why did you post N and Hilbert?" And he said, "Because the new photo feature is fun."
And I can't blame him on that one.
You do have to admire that.
He did come out the same exact day,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just thinking about the hype cycle. Like, there's no way we don't get some like forms revealed or something this year too for this game. You know what I mean? For
Agreed.
Legends.
Agreed. I am really upset they didn't reveal the starter choice. to have us speculate on that. Like, ooh, what could all the fan artists drawing up? Oh, this is what a Mega Superior could look like. You know,
they did it smart for real. They did it smart this time. I will applaud their promo team for this one, I guess. There was something I wanted to say earlier and I forgot. Dang it. Oh well.
Oh, man. Oh. Legend ZA is real.
It's real, guys.
It's real.
Legend ZA. Let's just.
This is my year.
Well, next year.
Well, this is the year leading up to it. That really matters more than when it comes out.
One of the most disappointing things about it that people are just running with right now is just that it's literally the game for next year. So it's like we got to wait that whole time, you know. It is not.
Listen, I'm not
this year's announcement.
I do want to play it, but that's gonna make it so much sweeter. Also, bro, we have so.
I can just see you though. I think
it would make it sweeter if we were getting...
you. Like months from now, being like, we've talked about this so much. I'm like,
that's true. You did that with Unova, Dusty.
I'm done talking about
exhausted
this.
It, but
we're gonna be
like
halfway. I know we're gonna be like halfway through the wait, and it's gonna be like.
Look at it this way: we've been talking about Unova since July, so that is I think that's about 6 months of talking about Unova.
Yeah,
we're gonna be doing this for 11, Dusty.
It's good. We have tier lists to do. We have. We got some guest episodes coming out to do type deep dives. We're gonna be talking about the dark type, and we got so many plans. I'm so excited.
You have a lot of plans. I'm really excited for them. I'm also really excited for 2025. Screw 2024. Let's just
I know. I'm having a good year so far, but
I saw something.
I'm having a great year, and I have a lot of things. I mean, I'm going to Orlando.
I am down for like a more.
I think I'm meeting Soul maybe in Orlando, so I'm excited. But it's also like, okay, 2025, come on.
I'm down for a chill year, you know, a little bit. Just where we can like
nah, screw that.
Take it in. I don't know. Also, Kuro messaged or he tagged you or maybe me, I don't know, on Twitter and was saying
I've gotten so many tags I probably missed it.
Yeah, I know.
What did he say?
People that are tagging me today don't realize that my
I have him shut
Twitter
off?
Is over. No, I don't. I mean, I have them shut off all the time. No matter what. I have to like literally go check them. Okay. But like I don't see anything because there's so many people that are messaging me or replying to me. I posted like 12 to 20 tweets today and they're all replying, so I don't
Sure.
Oh, the sky battles.
Exactly. The sky battles. It makes
I am excited for those to return.
When we were talking about the Lotties and them being in the sky, sky battles was a thing in Kalos.
Genius.
That's insane.
Genius. I'm excited for Sky Battles. You know what?
And they could be good. And they don't need to be
if they could make it amazing.
Sky Battles, it is a cool concept because it wasn't just birds, right? It was also like Haunter. It was also just like Halucha is flying type,
was it?
But it stands.
Was it Haunter?
Yeah, Haunter's in it.
Haunter was allowed to be in Sky Battles.
I think like Magneton, anything that floats.
Yeah. Because Haunter was, but Gengar was not.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it doesn't float.
Which doesn't make sense because it does float.
And then they took away Levitate, and that made me even more upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go over to the old Cerebi.
I could literally just scroll through Twitter. And
that's what I started to do, and I was like, we're live. Like, I need to be.
So the Sky Battles.
I haven't chilled all day.
Oh, yeah, so it was like Mega Charizard X is not a flying
people are
type,
already going.
But it was allowed.
People are going
Weezing, Haunter. I didn't remember that Scyther was allowed. Mischievous, Unknown.
I mean, Scyther's a flying type.
Dude,
I know, but I didn't remember it having a flying animation. I thought it had a grounded animation.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
someone posted a picture of Lumiose reacting.
I know. I retweeted it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Look.
Oh, that.
That's so funny.
Nice.
That was how I opened my video.
I know you. Yeah,
that was pretty much the face I've been making for the last hour.
Dude, people are going nuts with the megas.
I know. Of course, they're gonna come back.
Dude,
like crazy.
Of course. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
I mean, it is true. I never really cared about megas that much, but
I think I would have very much preferred this without megas. That's my personal bad take.
But yeah, people would have rioted if megas didn't come back.
Would they though?
Yes, dude. Because Kalos.
For a Kalos game, yeah. For a Kalos game, I think they absolutely would have.
Yeah. I guess it's
and
true.
it's cool how they're kind of. I mean, it is cool that they're kind of messing it up and they're putting them all together.
I really do think it's going to be like something that we're not expecting. It's not going to be exactly the same.
Dude,
what's interesting is that
we're not gonna
if one day if we ever get a Scarlet and Violet or a Paldea rather, Legends, the interesting thing is Terrastal should not exist in it if it's in the past, because Sada and Turo only invented the Terra Orb 10 years prior to Scarlet and Violet. So I wonder how they play around with that. Couldn't it be
naturally occurring?
Well, it would be, but you would not be able to terrestrialize your own Pokemon's the issue.
Sure.
Sure, you can find wild Terra ones, but where's the fun in that if I can't use it? You know,
they would find a way to explain it. You know,
you're gonna get isekai'd with your Terra Orb in hand,
bro.
Yeah,
that's
how you do it. You bring it. You're the only one that can do it.
I wonder if they'll continue agile and strong style.
I hope they have that. So. I liked those a lot.
I was gonna say that earlier, that there's no way they're continuing that, right?
Like, I don't think they will. I think that was to the culture of Hisui, and we are gonna. But I do think that we will not see. I don't think we'll see battle style. Like, I don't think the battles will be like Scarlet and Violet or, X and Y, or I think they will, and probably with the megas, like you mentioned, Soul, there's probably going to be a reworked battle system in the same way that the Agile Strong was a reworked battle system. So it's very similar to our battle system that we're used to.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of a tweak to it, like with the Strong and Agile styles.
Zerbim just gifted some cash and said bye.
What? Hold on.
I think it's a lot of cash. Is that
Oh, I don't know. That's Zerbim. Thank you. Period. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how much that is, but that's a 50 something. We appreciate
it. It's a 50 something.
Thank you so much.
It
can be 50 cents, man.
Have a good day.
Great.
Much love.
Like, what did he actually give us?
I don't know.
Good day and much love.
Thanks, man.
I'm not sure what that is.
Or CHF. I have no idea what that is.
We appreciate you being here and just hanging out with us. Thank you so much.
It's Swiss.
Oh my gosh, it's $56.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Swiss. I think it's Swiss francs.
Basically.
Thank you
Swiss.
So much.
Thank
Happy
you so
Pokemon
much, man.
Day. Jeez Louise.
I think it might be a she, but I'm not sure.
Sorry.
Either way.
He or she. Sorry, it's hard to tell with just to use your name.
That's cool that your name
us.
is just a Z.
Thanks either way. This
amazing. Game was made for people like us whose names start with Z.
Dude, Legends Zeta. Legend Zeta.
Plaza.
I'm like literally scrolling. I'm gonna spend the rest of my day on Twitter, you guys. You know that I've already spent the first half. My day was Twitter, and now it's this, and then it's Twitter.
I have to work today,
bro. I don't. I took the day off.
I work off commissions. I don't know if anybody knows that, but I work off commissions.
Sure.
And so like it's funny. So I'm getting my stuff, and like I was looking at Sarah. I was like, this is going to be the hardest day of work of my life because I have no idea how to, I can't function. Like, I'm slow. Every 5 seconds into, my work, I'm going, Legend CA.
I woke up at 6:30 and I said, what if I go live early? So I went live early, and then my brain broke at 9 o'clock. And then I just, kept working until we started live streaming. And now it's 4 p.m. and I haven't eaten. I had some almonds, but that's about it.
How haven't you guys eaten, bro? I had to take the time.
For the record, I did eat. I ate at lunch. I just had not eaten and then realized I needed to eat. So at 11:10, I went to go eat.
Sure.
But I'm not even hungry now. I'm so excited. It's just...
I want to... You know what would be the cherry on top? If they said, we're giving away some sort of shiny mystery gift for a Kalos Pokemon. I guess they did the...
More is coming, bro. More is coming. This is not just... This is it for now, but I think that there's going to be more...
He'll be back.
Presents within the year.
Yeah, and for the record, too, I do want to touch on Ku saying that they don't have many announcements planned for this year. I saw people, retweeting it like it was news. Ku has proven a lot in the past that he doesn't seem to... And it makes sense. There's different teams. He doesn't seem to have a lot of information on when they reveal stuff and... and sometimes not even what they reveal. He just knows about the contents of the game itself.
Sure.
So I will say, while that is very likely true, I think that statement was based on the fact that it has always been true and was not a leak.
I think that people also misunderstand that because he's not a English first language speaker. So I don't think that he means he's not saying there's no news coming at all. He's just saying that that's literally what you said. The precedent is there shouldn't be too much going on this year. You know, the teams are split or different, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what you said.
Yeah, I say that to say some people read that and they go, no news for the rest of the year, and it's like, okay, you said not much. And to be honest, that was true with Legends Arceus. There wasn't much that year. You didn't really get anything until August, and then it started. So yeah, you went March, April, May, June, July without anything. I mean, that is not.
I think that's going to be very similar to this.
I agree.
I do not think. I think from here, maybe we get one thing in April or May. Like, I think we get one more update, and then for August, and then we're going to get like the actual the Legends stuff. I don't think this is the Legends information for now, for like a good 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets mentioned in the future. But
I do think if it's releasing in January of next year, or February, I do think in May or June we would get an announcement, like no presents, just literally like with Legends Arceus, they just drop the box art and go, it's dropping January 28th.
Yeah.
You know, I think they'd do that. By the way, I completely lost my train of thought.
Oh, dang it. I really wanted to know.
I was excited. Dude, by the way, what do you know?
I have no idea what just happened.
Dude?
That was a little bit scary. It was a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie.
It's called getting older. It's weird. My brain was never like this before. And then
first
suddenly...
off, Zerbum is a male, by the way. So,
hey, Zerbum. Is it Zerbum? Zerba?
Zerbum? Welcome.
Zerbum. Probably from Switzerland.
I love it.
Yeah. 50 Swiss francs.
I would think so. That's from Switzerland.
This is not. This doesn't say "see you." It says
rearrange it.
No,
rearrange
I actually
it. It says
believe
"so
the "see you" thing.
you."
I believe it now because
you have to think. At the
just
very
switched
beginning of the presents, they were all out of order, and Pikachu like got mad at them and started chasing them around. So I think that's the joke. Is like it was a little running gag that.
But they never completed the order. They never
know?
completed the order.
Yeah, that's the
those
joke.
Freaking pesky unknown.
No,
right?
the joke should be that they finally that it's not a joke. I don't know. You think
it is a joke if you're a fun little franchise?
What? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's a joke because the main thing is that in the beginning they were all messed up and it fixed it too. So
did they fix it?
No, they didn't.
I don't know if they fixed it, but they
were
scrambled. They were scrambled.
They were scrambled, and then this is the final thing. Why is the region not called
somewhere
Suyu?
Out there?
Suyu. We have Isui and we have Suyu. So, but I guess
somewhere out there is a dyslexic person that got to read this correctly.
Yeah, that's actually this. That's what this.
Shout out to them.
That's what this like whole thread is about.
That's hilarious.
I'd be half sure I was illiterate. Yeah,
I'm gonna see what was.
I did go. I remember doing that. Just being like, so you. Surely that's not right.
I spelled it out. What was France called before? France was originally called Gaul during Roman times.
Yeah.
It was also called Francia when it was first conquered by the Franks in the 5th century AD. Suyu. Gaul.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like
I keep having things to say and then forgetting.
Me too, dude. Me too. I'm so triggered because I don't remember what I was going to say before, but it was
you better
really
remember it.
It was really good.
Mean, we have plenty of other podcasts to talk about this. Don't you worry.
Yeah, this is really good. This is gonna be your Thursday episode. Just so
I remember what I was gonna say.
This is your Thursday episode. It's 3 hours long.
Sadly,
but I will say this. You know, I am so very appreciative of all the people who have donate during the stream, super chat during the stream.
Dude.
Become a member, bought members for others, and just were a member before the stream. So thankful for all of y'all. I know that everybody's financial situation is different, so if you cannot afford to, dude, we still very much appreciate you.
Yeah.
And there's 2 things that you can do. Number 1 is you can try to invent time travel so that I don't have to live through the next 6 months and I can jump to August.
That is true. I'm into that.
Then
I thought you were gonna say something real.
Two, you can go on to Mr. Beast's channel and spam for him to be on Hidden Power so that he finally comes on here. And, once we have Mr. Beast on once, we blow up. And you essentially did pay us because now we have, like, hundreds of thousands of subs.
All right.
Boom.
Okay.
I broke the system.
We thought that
everything he said was right until his suggestions.
It was genuine.
Listen, what you can actually do to help support us if you can't financially is share our video with your other Pokemon friends. Share us on Twitter. Share us
the time travel thing really is real.
Share us on Instagram. Just tell people about Hidden Power. Right? It's a podcast, so we don't spread
specifically
as
Mr.
fast
Beast.
as other people. Yeah. So you share it to Mr. Beast. But share, say, hey,
if
hey,
20
buddy,
of you share it to Mr. Beast, he's gonna be like, I should at least look at it.
Share our video. That would be so helpful. And yeah,
I mean, we got a Legends game today. What else could happen? What else? Anything can happen. Anything can happen now.
Is Barack Obama coming on the podcast? I don't know.
Bro,
let's see.
Hopefully soon, dude.
Let's see.
Let's see.
And
what's his like?
Joe Biden's dog, because Dusty wants that to be a regional form of Yammer. He might come on here.
That would be sick.
Oh man.
I still stand by that. I think
Joe Biden's dog would be
the memes that people are making.
Did you see someone made actual art?
Good.
Where like it was
someone
just
did an artwork.
That was good.
Yeah, you guys want to wrap up?
Yeah,
I'm kind of fried.
We probably should.
I'm kind of fried.
I want to. I think that it's time, but I'm also like, there's something else in the back of my mind.
I know, dude. I am like,
well, here's the thing.
Like, logically, we should probably end this, but logically, I want to keep freaking out about how
we
Pokemon
could probably
Legends
talk
EA
about
got
this
announced.
for all day. I mean,
okay,
really.
Jasco with a $2 dono. Appreciate you, Jasco.
Thank you, Jasco.
He says, my theory about the 8 2 dots. 2 games, 2 + 6 = 8. Or it could be, so Gen 2 plus Gen 6 = 8. Or
but then by that logic,
games...
maybe there's only one game because 1 + 7 = 8.
Oh, true. Gen 1 and Gen 7. Lutu was
unless
right.
I'm missing something.
That's funny.
Oh, wait, maybe. Guys, we've had Cup of Fee on.
Yeah, we've had Cup of Fee on.
We should have her on again. It
was dropped like around Christmas, so probably some people might have missed it because people were busy then. But we have had Cup of Fee on. Go back through our videos and watch that.
Yeah, well, she was.
No, not technically. You did a video with her and Toby.
Yeah, I did on Hidden Power as a Hidden Power episode. She wasn't on. Yeah, she didn't come to the.
She was on the holiday stream.
She was.
She popped in.
Man, I forget.
Of course, there were so many people on that. It was kind of. I mean, it was pretty hectic. I would hardly call that a Cup of Fee episode, but
we should have.
You did do a video with her and Toby. I'd be down to have her on again. She's great. For sure. I want to see her make some. I'm excited to see her art of some Mega Evolutions.
She should make art of us.
Please make some.
She should be. No, that's like free labor, but.
Yeah, no.
I want to see us in that art style.
James Turner or Joe Merrick on the show. I'm down for Joe for sure.
I'd be down for Joe, and you know what? I'm down for James too. You know what? While you hit up Mr. Beast, also hit up James Turner.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
We were just talking about him with Dr. Lava.
We
gotta. Anyway, just hanging out, dude. This is like fun.
I'm trying to like go over in my mind if there was something else, but I don't know.
Dude, you already know. We're gonna close the stream. We're gonna click disconnect on Discord, which is where we meet, and then we're gonna all three of us are gonna be like,
which is where we meet.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we're gonna get up, and someone on Twitter is gonna be like, "Did you see in this window the professor has all 3 starters out? It's Snivy, this, and
Dude, I'm so excited when you said that. I got excited again.
I'm gonna say it on air so you guys feel pressured to do so. We should on like Thursday. Or maybe tomorrow, maybe just do a quick one, just a quick like 50-minute episode for Thursday, because you'll probably have more ideas.
I'm pretty sure I have something going on Thursday. I don't remember what it is.
What about Wednesday?
I have time tomorrow and Thursday.
Can we do like a 45-minute episode tomorrow? People would love it.
That'll be on a need to know basis. It depends on how much work
I could maybe do. I do need to do my job.
Free.
I'm free like all week. I'm pretty sure.
All right,
okay, cool.
We'll figure.
I'd like to do something tomorrow.
Lumi, if you can't do it, maybe we get a guest to hop on. in your stead.
Yeah. Well, no. This is the one time I'm going to say, don't do anything without me. I won't talk about Legends EA.
That's surprising. Usually
he's like, no, just do whatever you got to do. Whatever
And then, look, normally, guys, I'm always telling them, hey, like, I'm sick this week, or hey, I can't do it this day, but please do it with, I don't like the guilt, right? I don't like the guilt of like, oh, they can't do it because I can't be there.
Yeah.
So, but no, don't you talk about Legends EA without me. This is my year.
Dude, this is insane. We got a new game.
I guess the only thing I'm thinking about is like a lot of people didn't like the how Legends played, and I wonder if they're gonna fix a lot of that stuff, or if they're just gonna like be like, this is it, this is what Legends is, and this is what you're getting. You know,
my buddies IRL might be they might just be little weirdos. Here, let me pull this up. They were complaining during the presents. They were complaining. Level 99 Pidgey and Bedford's Best.
I saw someone say.
Here we go. Ready? This is at 9:18 a.m. This is my group DM. Well, rip Gen 5 remakes, and then Level 99 Pidgey says, "Damn, they're just skipping right over Gen 5. A new Legends will be cool, but we got no info on it, and we're finally getting Z. That's cool." And then Bedford's Best goes,
"They seem positive."
Bedford's Best goes, "Yeah, kind of disappointing to be honest."
Listen, they didn't skip over Gen 5. Like, even if we don't get the Gen 5 games this year, we're gonna get them in Gen 10 when we were supposed to get them. That's what we were thinking the whole time. Like, Gen 10 was supposed to be the Gen 5 remakes. That's how it normally would go.
Yeah, it's true.
They didn't skip over it, but they're still coming out this year.
Oh, and then Bedford's Best says another Gen 6 games seems too soon. I just want an NSO. Same. And the presents was only 15 minutes. Overall, 3 out of 10. What? I haven't even read this yet.
Dude, the fact that there's a new Legends alone means you cannot rate it 3 out of 10.
Yo,
it's true though. A lot of people didn't like. I mean, we
Legends
talked about
Mew.
Pidgey said pretty weak overall. These are my best friends, by the way. I'm just. That's crazy.
I'm not saying you should drop your best friends, but I'm just saying you should probably speak for them like ever again.
Oh no!
Ever again. No, I can see that there's a group out there that would be like not excited for a Legends game because they'll be
really excited.
Like Legends.
Oh, there are people that hate Legends. There's a guy who regularly comments on our stuff, and he's like, if there's a Legends game, I'm going to be livid.
Dude,
I mean, I don't personally love the Legends formula, but I don't expect to get a new generation every year either. You know, so like I'm happy that it's something different and spicy. You know, spice it up, whatever.
It's something that you'll be getting new designs into.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's the best.
You won't.
That's what you wanted.
Poker remake.
That's what you wanted from this, and
that is
kind of we got it.
I did get it. I knew. Well, yeah, that was the thing. I knew that we wouldn't see new designs today, but I just wanted the reveal of a game
which
that
we got.
Would have
we got
new
that.
Designs, which we did.
This is literally best case scenario.
I mean,
heck yeah.
The number one thing that I need to know for my own happiness is, when does this game come out? That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah,
2025.
Right now.
It's pretty dang vague.
Watch it come out like in the winter.
If it's November 2025, I'm mad.
Oh yeah, I would have rather
that's 2 years. That's literally 2 years of nothing.
That's 2 years.
2 years, which I don't think that's gonna happen. I do not think that's gonna happen. I think there'll be something in the interim.
But if it is earlier though, it has to be before Pokemon Day to me.
Yeah.
2025. It has to be before Pokemon Day 2025.
Right.
Which would be the best case scenario ever. I'm just saying that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's like we just got announced a game for this year. I don't care if a game comes out 2 months after the end of the year. It's like the same thing.
Legends Arceus like having just come out, and then they announce a brand new freaking gen.
But that's the thing that could happen again here.
That's what I'm saying. That is the best feeling in the world, man.
Dude, you liked it. I mean, I liked it too.
If that becomes the norm,
I mean, that's where we're at right now.
Because that's the thing, right? I love that like they did not need to give me Scarlet and Violet then, because I was still riding this Legends high, but they did, and it was like, oh.
I know. I agree with you so much. The problem is that they can't do that forever. So what are they going to do eventually? I mean, it could.
Sure they can.
They have the 2 teams. They're running on their 3-year cycles.
They have the 2 teams.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's just always going to be this 1 year that's like this, where they outsource it. That's how it's going to go for now.
This is insane.
And I mean, if outsourcing the remake gives us games on the scope of Legends, keep outsourcing. But and especially too, Ku, said Ilka was always out. Like he said, Ilka will not make remakes. And so that's another thing too, is they are still improving in the remakes department. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they're going, well, we'll just keep tossing that to Ilka. You can toss it to a third version as long as you're going to go, or a third party, excuse me, as long as you're not going to go, okay, well, they did a crap job and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
Listen,
let's give it back to them.
To go back to the black and white remakes, I was excited because I knew it wasn't Ilka. And so that opens the possibilities of making like an amazing, like looking Gen 5 remake. If it's a faithful remake and it's like graphically much better than BDSP, then it's like, oh, that's nice. That's a nice little thing to hold me over. Like, I really like that.
Or, dude, even better. Or if they actually make it, if the Gen 5 remakes are wild and actually utilize an HD 2D engine, right? Why do they have to look identical? Did we even talk about this? I've been saying it. So Jake said something on one of his streams that made so much sense. I forgot. Like, tell me if I've already told you this. But Jake indicated that Game Freak, if they are going to continue to put out remakes and new games and new styles, they're not going to want to have two different products look identical. So if Ilka is making another faithful remake, is it really in Game Freak's best interest to make another game that looks identical to BDSP, or are they going to want to make it artistically and visually look different?
No, they always.
I agree. Now, for the record, my issues with Ilka spans beyond the art style. It also
100%.
To it being a I'm trying to think of the crap game. But
I was gonna say incompetent, but I guess that's kind of mean. They made other good games. I think the whole like Game Freak holding them back is a big thing too that people are talking about these days, because valid. It's like they were.
Is there any proof of that though?
They were limited. They couldn't create their own things. They had to follow. What
they had
Diamond
to follow
and Pearl
a
was.
formula. But I don't think we know the extent of that, so I don't think we can assume the extent of that.
That's true. I hate when people do that online.
Right. So. It was funny. We actually, I don't know if y'all do this, but before presents, my wife and I will like go back and watch like presents reveals.
Every time you say I'm like, oh yeah, tell them about something that we all do, all three of us. And then you're like, no, my wife. Like, oh yeah, he's got a life without us.
Yeah, but sorry, I have a life offline, guys. So like at 8:30, we're like watching the Scarlet and Violet reveal, the Scarlet and Violet
That's
DLC
fun.
reveal and stuff. And when we watch the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl reveal, there's a shot where the player goes into a union room and it's filled with people. And I paused it and I told Sarah, when the game's first released, the union room was you could only be in there with like up to 3 other people. It was not until like March of 2022 that they made it where you could have multiple people in the union room. So they are currently in the reveal trailer, they are showing a shot from the game that will not be available for 13 months.
Wow.
That's how bad Ilka is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about them because they're out, bro.
Yes, they are.
We did get another legendary level YouTube channel member.
Thank you.
I don't know how to say your name, but McCall? Maybe McCall?
Lace.
I would
assume McCall.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Echoes.
Hey, also,
chat,
no one noticed my 28 balloons.
Oh yeah, I meant to mention that 3
Nobody
hours
said
ago.
it.
Nobody noticed. And there's also lanterns, like right. Well, you can't see it from your screen, but they're there. And they're here to stay. We got them for decorations, but they're so cool looking. They're here to stay.
I love it, dude. I love it so much.
Tomorrow I'll probably
your room looks good, dude.
And leave up the 2 because this Saturday is actually the 2-year anniversary of this channel. So I'll probably leave the 2 through
Dude,
Saturday.
leave them up. Your setup's looking really nice.
Thank you.
I just bought a house.
It's all my wife. It is not me at all.
Oh, okay. Shout out Sarah. I know you're listening. What up? I just bought a house and I cannot wait. You guys at some point are going to see a room that's not a basement and messy, and I can't wait to just have like a nice setup. And it
might still be messy, but it won't be a basement.
No, dude, it's going to be so nice. It's going to rival. It'll be well lit. It's going to rival your office.
It's gonna rival your room.
I can't wait.
We'll see.
There's like pink insulation above me. Soul's got that like black thing behind him.
Yeah, mine's terrible, but whatever.
And Lumi's got
I
like
literally
a real set.
So we one thing that we did with supporter money last year was we bought Soul a new camera, which is why you see Soul clearly right now instead of a blurry freezing Soul and then a cat like waving or something. Because that's what I would do when there's a little error. But
We gotta make that,
someone
can we make
literally
that cat a
commented.
t-shirt?
Someone literally commented. They said, can we give money to change Soul's background?
Should I get a green screen? Should I get a green screen? That'd be fun.
Yeah, you could like just have sunglasses on, a Hawaiian shirt, have a Hawaiian background, just sip
if
in,
I got
like,
a green screen right now, I could put like Kalos behind me if I had a green screen.
You could.
I got Kalos behind me. You can see it in the
That would be kind of cool.
It's fun.
You do got Kalos behind you.
Dude, Sarah also decked this room out in Unova, and she ran in here at 10 o'clock. I was like, I have to redo it all. She had put a Unova poster up. She had
that's so
Unova
true.
Pokemon's right here.
The LumiosePost is supposed to not refer to just you. It's supposed to refer to as like the people behind LumiosePost, which is supposed to be you and Sarah. Sarah used to edit your videos. I always forget about that. She used to,
yeah. Yeah, she used to edit my videos until when I switched it wasn't because I switched to DaVinci, just at the time I switched to DaVinci, she also happened to get a job that, she, was more to her liking. So, that, of course, like, please, go do what you want to do. But, so she stopped then, but all the decorating comes from her. A lot of video ideas come from her. Every short idea I've ever had has come from her.
Wow.
Including the one that got 500K. So
that's sick.
Thanks, Sarah.
That's sick. She needs the next time we do like a holiday card or something. We gotta we should put her in it.
No, that's okay. She probably won't want you to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's shy too. Like it's funny. I literally told her, I was like, hey, I'm about to shoot a video on the Legends EA, and I was like, do you want to be in it too? And she goes, no, I didn't do my hair today. I'm like, that's an excuse. You wouldn't have done it if you had done your hair.
Dude, I did this podcast on on COVID.
When you had COVID?
Yeah. I might still have it.
You might still. It does bounce back. It did that with Biden, I believe. It he had it, and even after the period where it was supposed to be gone, it came back a second time.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a term for it, a medical term, but I don't know what it is.
I just thought of this.
Relapse.
Pokemon Worlds is going to be in
something else.
What?
When?
2025.
He's just making it up.
So it's a speculation. I thought it was like serious. I was like, what?
I made it up.
2026. It's in San either Diego or Francisco. Either way, California. So Gen 10, California.
I'm not even.
I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. But it's a fun thing. Oh,
cool.
I'm just tweeting right now.
Yeah, I'm looking through Twitter too, and I kind of need to like hop back on it soon too.
Well, I'm gonna go make a thumbnail. Actually, wait. The video's done. We're live streaming. That's amazing. I don't even need to edit after this.
Yeah, yeah. You've already made a thumbnail for it.
How many people are still in the chat anyway?
We got 448 people.
Wow.
445 people.
Y'all are still here.
We got 5,000 views on this live stream. It's insane.
I feel like Ferris Bueller. The show's over. Go.
Yeah, go home.
Come on.
No, well,
go
maybe
home.
not yet. I mean, I think we're done talking about it.
I think we're done.
The last thing I will say is.
Oh, here we go. Here's a 20-minute conversation.
Here it is. He's about to drop a. Last thing that I'll say is I did hear we're getting Mega Evolutions.
I'm just saying.
Dude, wait.
I'm shocked.
What if? Hold on.
No, me neither.
I was broken. I think I was broken today.
All right, hold on. I'm going to show you this. What if?
Dusty, I was watching his stream and he was like, I'm broken. I think I was broken too. I was just like, what?
I know it was.
What if this A? What if the Pokemon that is represented by this A is a new fusion of Kyurem?
I don't think so. the most I would guess, and
Gen
this is
5.
terrible of me because I should learn my lesson by now, but I think it would be something related to Johto.
What would it be? Like
we need something
bird?
with Johto. I don't know. There was so much Johto stuff in that freaking direct that I just want to think that.
It's Apom.
Yeah, it's Apom.
Yeah, Apom.
It's Gligar.
Johto.
Miltank.
I don't think
it's
so,
Apom and Gligar. The version exclusive.
That's really the sad thing about today is we will not get to see the original dragon.
You know, we might see like a Zygarde Xerneas and Zygarde Yveltal fusions.
That's true. That's actually kind of dope.
It's possible.
I changed so many thumbnails on my. I privated so many Kalos DLC videos on my channel because I'm like, these are irrelevant. No one wants to watch them. And then I changed all the thumbnails to make it Pokemon Legends Zeta, and then I made them public again. So those are fun. Those are fun episodes.
I saved so many like Unova projects.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Like I skipped Unova for my like Wonder series. Now it's like, well, I gotta do Unova, and it's not really gonna, like hit the way I wanted it to, but
yeah. I saved a bunch of videos that are recorded. They're almost fully edited, and I was just gonna tweak the intro, but they were about like Kalos Pokemon, Kanto Pokemon, new Kanto Pokemon, and I'm like,
could get Unova forms.
Yeah, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with that now? I was like, what am I gonna do with that? It was just gonna be Kanto to Kanto. I'll have to wait a couple weeks. Maybe I'll just release them in a month when they're like kind of just neutral.
Yeah, because it's still like a fun what if. Like, hey, if we ever get a Unova game, no, you know what? Hold on to it because, like Soul said, we might get an announcement for,
Yeah, I would.
I was thinking I was gonna reset them for Johto.
Stuff.
So they're anyways.
I keep a lot of the Unova stuff.
It's not Unova. It's Kanto. It's Kanto. They're like, it was like Kanto video. So, which is evergreen, I guess, but
Kanto.
I still think we're gonna get a Kanto game eventually.
2026, bro.
I gotta make some new Kalos content.
What's 3 years from 2025?
2028.
2028. So that would be our next Legends if there's another Legends after that.
Anniversary.
So you do have to already think about that.
I'll be turning 28 years old that year.
Dude, are we stupid? The 2 and the 8 is 28th anniversary for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have that up.
No, he's talking about Koo's thing. I know.
Well, he never did a 2. He just did an 8.
No, there was a 2. There was 2 dots.
That was one of the main theories.
The 2 dots, yeah.
Like Jan especially was like,
are we stupid?
It's just a countdown to the 28th anniversary.
Oh my god. This is why I've been spending less time on Twitter, and it's actually been pretty good.
I haven't.
Yeah, I'm about to spend the rest of the day on Twitter. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys mean the world to us. If you're new to the channel, go check out our back catalog. We had a bunch of videos spanning back the whole year, almost 100 videos. That's over 100 hours of content. And then if you are new and you just joined and you're now a channel member, you can also support on Patreon if you want to. You'll get access to our secret Discord. You'll also get access to our archive of secret power episodes. These are secret episodes of Hidden Power.
Talk about aliens.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of weird stuff.
Talk about aliens,
and we get personal.
Coffins, coffee, and puffins. We don't talk about coffins.
No coffins.
Maybe we should, though.
We will. That'll be the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love you guys so much. Again, if you're new, stick around. Subscribe.
Bro, the hype, bro.
We love you, dude. It's going to be a
Legends
crazy year. 2024 is a crazy year.
Go
we have so much more content.
Go outside and tell your dog, hey, Legends ZA just got announced. Film their reaction. Email us with it.
We are, listen, if you like this conversation today, if you're still watching,
he just barked.
There are so many episodes coming up about Pokemon Legends ZA. The first one we got to do is we're gonna have a Kalos expert on. He's in the pipeline. We're gonna be doing a whole episode with all the connections between these two things. We're gonna be doing an episode. There's so many episodes. We actually have to sit down and plan this out because I haven't gotten anything approved by these two guys. But I'm so excited.
All right.
Oh, we have our Kalos tier list, dude. I gotta rebrand that.
I was thinking about that too today. I was like,
and our mega one.
We have a mega. Yeah, that's true. That's probably gonna double in views. All right, love you guys. We'll see you soon. Happy Pokemon Day.
Enjoy Pokemon Day.
We'll see you soon. I think it's done. I think